This time on Highway Thru Hell. A terrifying moment. Captured on camera.
Oh, like so many pieces.
Kicks Merv into action. A northern journey tests Jamie's iron will.
Wow, it's a rough road.
And
The other one's coming tight.
a towing legend suffers a devastating blow.
Ken has had a major heart attack.
"40 miles west of Hope, BC, in the Fraser Valley.
What's going on here?
The quiet calm of a cold winter weekend
Somebody's saying there's a real mess up there right now.
is broken by an urgent call. First responders race to an accident off Highway 1.
An accident. Got all these lanes blocked. Tow truck thought it's great.
Dispatched to the scene,
We want to get the road open as fast as possible.
Aggressive Towing's Chris Mervin moves west in a 50-ton rotator.
They're saying it's blocking 3 lanes right now, and it's only a 4-lane highway.
Vehicle is blocking traffic. It rolled over.
Holy,
When Merv arrives,
that is something.
the job is bigger than expected.
You get a tractor trailer on its side. Cars spun around. Pretty big mess. Wondering how the hell it even happened.
Hauling a load of shingles, the semi rolled into a line of vehicles, waiting for the light to change.
Sitting at the intersection over here. Next thing you know, he's on top of us all.
Incredibly, one of the drivers in the path of destruction captured the moment on his dash cam. On the Highway Thru Hell, closure is not an option.
Ooh, that truck does not look good.
In the Fraser Valley,
It's like a smorgasbord of wreck. That's what this is.
Merv has just arrived at a heavy rollover in a major intersection north of Highway 1.
Yeah.
End up with a tractor trailer on its side in a 60 zone is pretty rare. This is quite the mess.
The entire accident was captured on video. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. But the driver of a pickup
All I could see was roofing material coming at me.
was nearly buried alive.
Pretty scary thing to live through, actually. Everything could have changed.
The pieces of the load went on either side of his vehicle. Had that come through the windshield, we might be having a different story to tell today.
Very, very fortunate. Incredibly lucky. Minor injuries at this time.
Now it's up to Merv
It's a mess.
to get the road opened.
Done with her?
That's right, Ben.
Okay. They just gave us a go-ahead that we can put it back on its wheels.
With the first stage of their investigation complete, police want the wreck out of the way.
This is obviously one of the main arteries that leads down to the American border. So this causes major congestion.
One thing we're worried about is cleaning up in a timely fashion.
Knife to cut the straps. Let's watch your feet.
Semi laying on his side with a full load spread all over the roadway. It takes quite a bit.
You want the tractor or the trailer? You care?
It doesn't matter.
You might as well go for the back of the trailer then I'll grab the tractor.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Dan's from Jack's. He's their heavy driver.
Another tow operator on scene will help Merv with the recovery. With Merv's rotator rigged to the front and the 50-ton wrecker on the back, they'll have to work in sync to winch the rig back onto its wheels.
Up around that back axle.
But for Merv and Dan, it's their first time working together.
Working with a new crew is always a little bit of a learning curve.
As big as it'll go. Yeah, there we go.
There's always hiccups and small things that can go wrong.
Just gonna suck my one line in a bit here. You wanna go tell the crew on the other side, just take 30 feet back for a minute? Okay.
It's a little bit of a learning curve for us.
Everybody's clear on the other side?
Yeah.
Rigged and ready, the recovery begins.
Nice and easy. She's heavy. Gentle. Keep going, buddy. Here she comes. It's coming.
The tractor trailer is on its wheels, but still blocks the road.
There you go.
I'm gonna drag the tractor sideways just to get the nose facing northbound, and then I can hook it up and get it off the roadway.
As Merv works quickly to finish the job,
It's starting to snow.
a winter storm rolls in.
There we go.
The last thing we really want to see is snow coming down.
Hundreds of 80-pound bundles of roofing material
Keep stacking, boys. Come on.
must be moved off the road.
We'll persevere and we'll get it one way or another.
By late afternoon,
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good work.
the intersection is nearly reopened,
I'll take the truck, you take the trailer. We'll get out of here.
and teamwork has everyone on their way.
Good job, buddy.
Good job.
Both companies worked hard as they could and as fast as they could.
All right, let's get out of here.
The magnitude of this wreck, it is actually seriously lucky. Nobody got hurt.
Let's go.
Heading home is a very good feeling. The roadway's open.
"80 miles northeast,
Here, the coast's nasty. Yes, we're getting lots of snow.
between Hope and Merritt, BC. A familiar black wrecker
There's no truck in the brake track there waiting.
and a lone operator wait for the next call.
Now they're calling for 11 centimeters.
It's been a busy night on the Coke for Reliable Towing's James Luke.
We're on police rotation, and I'm the only heavy up right now. It's gonna be one hell of a long night.
There's something going on here at Larson. Looks like a guy broke down the granny lane. You reliable there?
Yes, I am.
I need a hook over here.
Alrighty.
James heads to a call on Larson Hill,
It's snowing like a banshee up here.
one of the toughest climbs on the mountain highway.
Visibility is not the best.
At the base of the hill, James spots his target. A 70-foot-long B train.
It's definitely not gonna be an easy one. Hey, boss.
How's it going, man?
Better than you? So does this thing run at all?
No.
So it's dead in the water, like won't even nothing.
The truck is stalled,
Okay.
and the driver has more bad news.
Is this thing loaded?
Oh yeah, 42 ton on there.
This Super B is loaded full of grain. The worst part is, this guy's truck does not run at all. Sweet. Alrighty.
The massive weight and the dead engine
This guy's truck does not run. And it's 42 tons.
have the odds stacked against him.
In all my years of doing hill pulls, this is the heaviest pull I've done.
Chaining up for extra traction beside a live lane.
I'd watch your backs. I wouldn't be standing over here.
James needs to get the grain truck rolling
We got one broke down right in that slow lane.
and get off the highway as quickly as he can.
Can't guarantee it because it's really friggin' heavy. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it. For whatever reason, we break the winch lines, just hit the brakes. Okay, let's go.
I think we're in good hands.
All drivers going northbound Larson Hill, get over to the fast lane. I'm trying to get way too much weight up the hill.
James and Black Sheep begin to pull.
This is heavy. Come on.
But the 125,000-pound load is putting up a fight.
Sparking, spinning. Not what we want to see.
Bottom of Larson. There's a 18-wheeler broke down there.
On the coke, James Luke is pushing his 30-ton record to the limit
Oh, man.
to heave dead weight up the mountain highway.
I don't like this. We are chewing the road up. Without his truck running, it is putting a lot of pressure on mine. It ain't working.
It's now painfully clear.
Oh, man.
James and the Black Sheep are in an uphill battle they can't win.
This is ridiculous, man. I'm feeling frustrated, feeling defeated, feeling pissed off. As you can see, I'm chewing the road. This is the heaviest truck trailer load combination I've tried to get up a hill. I'm not going to be able to get him up to the top of this hill by myself.
How much hill do we got?
A good mile.
Yeah.
Got to make a call.
James reaches out
Can you come to Larson Hill northbound?
for another record.
Because I'm attached to a rig that I can't get up the hill. I can't pull the guy. An extra truck is going to help me huge.
But the only truck available in Reliable's fleet is a medium-duty wrecker.
Are you kidding me?
Nicknamed the Hen House, the 7-ton tow truck has racked up nearly 250,000 miles.
Hen house is old. It's been around the block a few times.
But tonight,
That thing's heavy. 42 or 44 tons.
Holy crap.
James will take any help he can get. Operator Adam LeBeau will use Hen House to pull on the front of Black Sheep.
I'm a little nervous. If I don't make it happen, it's not gonna be a good day.
Lowest gear possible. You have the diff locked in?
No, I won't forward it now.
I'm not feeling confident that the hen house and the black sheep are gonna be able to do it, but we're gonna give it a go.
Adam, are you ready?
10-4.
Okay, 1,
2, 3, go Adam.
Working together in a 200-foot-long train.
A lot of weight on here.
James and Adam's wreckers and the lifeless 65-ton load crawl up Larson Hill.
just make sure we stay in this gear.
10-4.
Oh, wow. You don't see that too often.
It's really steep, really slippery.
Very long train.
But the higher they go, the steeper it gets.
How you doing back there, James?
I'm good, I'm good. What about you?
I'm spinning a bit, just trying to fight for some grip here. This is the worst part of the hill right here. So we're fighting it, trying to pull us back down the hill as we're going forwards.
Come on.
After the long climb,
2 trucks to get this truck and trailer up the hill.
James and Adam's train
It'll level out here. That was the hardest part.
arrives at the top of Larson Hill.
All right, I'm gonna start stopping.
Okay, anytime.
Home free home.
I was really surprised the hen house did it. So kudos to Adam.
Well, I'm happy, I'm excited. We actually got the job done.
Well, we're just gonna leave the trailer here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all we needed, buddy.
You made it. That was impressive.
You do what you gotta do to get the job done. And as long as you keep learning and challenging yourself every day, then that's where the fun comes out of it.
Black sheep in the hen house did good.
Good man.
Moments later, Reliable's 50-ton rolls up to tow away the B train's broken down tractor.
Just happy it's over. Customers happy. And all in all, we won.
That's cold out there. I know, we're freezing to death. So what is it still, about minus 23, 24 up there?
560 miles to the north.
And she's cold. There's a draft coming in here somewhere.
Jamie Davis is on a barren highway in northern BC.
It's quite a trip. It's very, very cold out here.
9 hours into a nearly 1,200-mile round trip. Jamie's on his way to pick up a wreck.
You never know what's going to happen on these trips.
For the marathon journey, Jamie had to make an unusual truck choice. His classic Holmes wrecker, the General.
This truck here really is not a driver comfort truck.
All the trucks are out right now. I've got to take the General. Not my first choice, but I got to do the job.
The 45-ton Iron Beast was built for big pulls.
We got her.
Not for long road trips.
I don't know where it's coming from, but it's cold.
The General is a working truck. It's sheer power, and it's an amazing machine. But the General is not a nice truck to drive. Brutal, brutal, brutal ride.
In fact, I might even pull over. My legs are cold right now, and I'm going to probably pull over and put my big coveralls on.
Despite the uncomfortable ride, Jamie couldn't turn down the job.
These are my heavy pant coveralls. We're doing a lot of long haul work now. I gotta bring the money in. We gotta pay the bills. That's better. I'm gonna even put my tube on. It's that cold. General, it's got a heavy spring suspension. It's got a triple frame. Wow, it's a rough road. Rough road, rough truck. This thing rides like a tank. Oh. When you do 10 hours or a day in this truck, you know it.
By late afternoon, Jamie arrives at his destination.
Looks like my yard. It's got lots of stuff in it.
A wrecking yard in the remote community of Chetwynd, BC.
Going to these remote places, it's not a busy hustle bustle. It brings you back to a simpler time. How's it going?
Very good. Yourself?
Long drive in the General.
Local operator Tom Nichols has been expecting Jamie.
I'll go to have a look at this thing first.
But with light fading,
Yeah, the front axle's pushed back, and then you can see that the axe end is the same way.
Wow.
Jamie's back out in the cold.
Looks like she's gonna be a little bit of work, but we'll get her. Doing long haul trips, you never know what to expect. It's always gonna throw you a curveball. It's a bit of a mess.
The tractor is so damaged. Jamie will have to tow it from the front. So the drive shaft has to come out.
That thing ain't coming off.
But the extreme cold has an icy grip on the bolts.
Nothing. Yeah. My impact gun's not doing me any good. It's minus 30 weather. It's getting dark. I'm getting beat up.
In northern BC,
That thing ain't coming off.
Jamie's fighting extreme temperatures.
Nothing. Yeah.
Trying to remove a frozen drive shaft so he can tow away the wreck before sundown.
It's very, very cold out here. Drive shaft bolts are just frozen in. I guess that's the kind of stuff you run into all the time here.
But the local tow yard operator offers a way out.
They won't come out unless you heat them up.
We'd never, I doubt it, in the south we'd never do that. We end up heating these bolts to get them to loosen up. Oh, you got one. Did it come out?
Yeah, I got both them ones.
A little bit of a kick in the ass for me and a little bit of a lesson. Thanks for the help, too.
Yep,
Appreciate
not
it.
a problem, Jamie.
My last hiccup. It's cold out. It's getting dark, so we got to get going.
By dusk, Jamie departs the yard in Chetwynd and begins the 560-mile journey home in the General.
Hopefully we're gonna make it back and we don't have any issues. We're actually heading into a storm. I'm expecting the snow to get heavier as we head south.
Got a snowfall warning up. They're supposed to get about 20 centimeters.
"500 miles southwest, in BC's Fraser Valley,
I must have just happened. Yeah, he's kind of buried in the ditch.
Mission Towing's Truck 70 rolls to a late-night job.
We got a call for tractor trailer. The trailer's in the ditch.
Company boss Ken DePerrin is out of bed and on the road.
I've been part of this business for 46 years. Put in lots of hours, and that's what it's all about.
We're en route to see what we got, and it's always a surprise.
But tonight,
Getting cold.
Yeah, it's cooling down.
Ken's not alone.
Craig Hookie's with me. He's gonna help me do some rigging here. Craig, we're gonna get these logs off.
Craig has worked for Ken on past recoveries.
I'm hoping for him just to fall down here, and then it'll be good.
He's also family.
Craig is from Newfoundland, and he's my son-in-law.
I'm gonna pry it off.
It's always a venture with Kenny.
Watch it, watch it.
We have so much fun.
That's muscle.
That's Newfie style.
Yeah.
I'm 63 now, and I'm not as strong as I used to be. Nice to have somebody younger with you.
There he is. Okay, let's just see what we got. Oh, wow. He's in there pretty good.
The trucker missed a tight turn. Now his trailer is hanging off the road.
Cut the corner too sharp.
And Ken
Hello.
gets another surprise.
Hey, buddy, how are ya?
The driver is an old friend
I'll put my Cadillac in the ditch.
and former mission operator.
Kenny, I call him the legend because Kenny knows everybody.
I'll pull it as far as I can. We'll get her, Danny.
Okay.
In the towing world, you run into a lot of good people. And that keeps me going back day after day.
Okay, I gotta lift it up, okay?
Yep.
Lift her up and over is what we gotta do.
With two straps rigged to the back of the trailer, Ken will use his 30-ton wrecker to lift it out of the ditch.
Hook that one on your side. I'm gonna put another chain on the other deal there. Just watch that light.
Usually on the back bumpers of the semi, you can put straps on each side.
It's got a light right there, so we gotta watch it.
He had a big light under there I didn't want to break.
Let me just hook this one, Craig. We'll see what we got. Okay.
To protect the light, Ken will see how far he can get with just one line.
We definitely don't want it rolling back in.
Ken starts to winch.
I'm gonna come in with my boom. Just watch it.
But with a single line, the trailer teeters on the edge.
How much farther do we gotta go, Craig?
You got about 2 feet. So why don't we put another chain on here, Kenny?
That's exactly what we gotta do.
Ken and Craig add a second line.
Wrap it around the bottom and bring it out on this side so we don't break the light, okay?
Some of your jobs will be textbook. Other ones, you're gonna run into problems.
Nice and tight. We don't want it coming up against that light. There. We'll have her out of here in a second. Good to go? Okay. Okay, it's gonna swing this way, so watch yourself. There's what we want her to do. Perfect.
Beauty.
We're right out of the ditch now, pretty much.
Yeah, you're out.
I'm just gonna pull ahead, okay, and we'll bring his trailer right over.
One last pull should finish the job and get the trailer out of danger.
Let's go, Kenny!
But as Ken gets ready to winch, he discovers a weak spot in the plan.
The bumper, it's got an old weld there, rusted halfway through.
I noticed the bumper was compromised.
When it went in the ditch, it buckled to one side, which weakened it.
Ken rolls the dice.
The other one's coming tight.
And Craig keeps a close eye on the bumper.
You see? Just watch it. Are you ready?
Let's go, Kenny!
Near Mission, BC,
Watch yourself.
a weak bumper
Whoa!
Yeah, she let go, eh?
has put a dent in Ken's recovery.
The bumper just went on me. It's one of the things that happens sometimes.
The trailer is out of the ditch,
But if we pull on, it's gonna snap.
Okay, look out, I'm gonna let it down.
but the back end is still too close to the edge.
We're gonna have to get you to back up, Dan.
So Ken turns to the driver, an old friend,
I think we're gonna have to get you to drive it.
to maneuver the rig to safety.
We need help from the driver to put it in reverse, back it up.
We're gonna get him back on this road here. Fire up! You're looking really good, just the way you are. Let's just do it nice and slow.
Guiding him along.
Are you watching?
He's good.
Keep going, Dan.
Ken needs to help the driver around the same tight corner
Keep coming.
that claimed the trailer an hour ago.
Jackknife more if you can, Danny. Harder.
We don't want to lose it back down into the ditch.
Come on back. Bring it around. Whoa. Bring your head over this way. You're good there.
We got her.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
The tractor trailer is out of danger.
Okay, thank you.
And if I don't see you, Merry Christmas, but I'll probably see you before then.
And Ken and Craig have the semi on its way.
Kenny is a very experienced in what he does, and you know, it's a pleasure to work with him. I enjoy working with him.
He's good now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Up to the next. Okay?
Tow truck drivers are always there to help anybody. That's what we do.
The next day in Mission,
How did it go?
Well, all good.
Ken's back at the yard,
That's the main thing.
Yep.
catching up with Dylan after late night calls for both.
It wears you down. For a younger guy, he can do that a lot better, for sure.
Ken's 27-year-old lead operator
Got it out. That's the main thing, and it's done.
continues to take on more of the family business.
Ken's not only my boss, he's also my father-in-law. When he's out doing something, I always worry about him.
I'll go up with you on the next one. It's a really rewarding job. Till the next one up there.
Yeah.
But I wish I was 20 years younger.
In northeastern British Columbia,
Fairly high up here.
Jamie's on a remote highway, bringing home a wreck with the general.
You are going through a mountain pass.
The roads are basically snow-covered, compacted.
But heading south, the next stretch of road has a spooky reputation.
We're heading up into the Pine Pass.
It's very remote. If you have trouble there, it's hours and hours before help's gonna arrive for you.
Jamie is making the 560-mile return trip from the community of Chetwynd, BC, back to his home base in Hope.
What'd you say about compact snow?
Getting lots of snow.
It's starting to get heavy now, and it's sticking on the ground. So I really expect it to get worse and worse.
The road's a lot narrower here. We have snow built up on both sides. My short hairs in the back of my neck are coming up. I'm a little bit nervous on this road.
Big S curves here. Best be on your game when you're up here in the north.
As Jamie continues along the slick, narrow highway, a semi pulls up behind him.
What is going on here?
Eager to pass.
Super dangerous. This could cost somebody their life.
I'm in the middle of nowhere here.
On a narrow mountain pass in northern BC,
We've got full-on snowstorm this morning, a lot of snow on the road.
Jamie's road trip takes a perilous turn.
You guys trying to pass me in a blind corner.
Really dangerous. Never mind that guy taking me out, but what about a car coming around the corner? I don't want this guy hitting somebody head on.
Jamie radios the driver.
There, I gotta go on. That over, so I got it on.
Are you talking about that shack?
Yeah, the one pulling the tow truck here. I'll just back out of it if you want to go by me there.
Then slows down to let the long load overtake it.
Hey, Travis.
Sometimes you can be in the wrong place at the right time and things will go bad. You gotta do everything you can to make sure you survive and get back alive.
The risk associated with long hauling is right up there. Already on this trip, we're seeing a couple of close calls, and we got a long ways to go.
Starting to snow fairly heavy.
Jamie continues south in the General into another storm.
Just gonna, cross my fingers and keep pushing on.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How's it looking right now?
450 miles south.
It's good to go. Perfect. Thank you, driver.
A 50-ton Vulcan wrecker responds to a call for help in the valley.
Every day is crazy for us.
Al Quiring's been dispatched to a suburb.
We're just headed into old-time community of Bridgeview.
For a sticky situation.
It's a pretty darn soft area down there. It's mud, it's nasty. Everything is just like quagmire.
The customer has got his machine into trouble, so I'm not sure what to expect.
Oh man, not so good. We'll get a game plan together. How you doing, Sid? Nice to meet you.
The property owner rented an excavator to do his own digging.
Yeah, you're in there good.
But is now in deep trouble.
We try to come out, but then it's kind of going deeper, deeper, deeper.
It's buried in there pretty good. It's a heavy machine.
On past heavy equipment recoveries,
come on, baby.
Al's weapon of choice has more often been a D9 dozer. But on this job,
unbelievable,
he'll use his road warrior, the Green Goblin.
It's not for the timid, that's for sure.
We're gonna hook Big Green on it, give him a yank.
This thing still goes around? Yeah. Good, good.
On the surface, the job looks simple.
We'll go around one time?
Yeah.
Perfect.
But in the tight lot,
I'm gonna do the Aldergrove maneuver. What I want you to do is fire that up and turn it the other direction.
Al has to rely on his customer to help get the digger out.
You're at the mercy of the excavator operator. And I don't think he's experienced.
And will have to work his record from 100 feet away.
It's very limited amount of workspace.
With a doubled line from Al's truck to the excavator, the trap digger will have to turn its tracks towards Al, pointing in the direction of the pull. Al rigs.
So then just go once around.
And the customer.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, keep going.
Wraps a line around the 50,000-pound unit.
That's good, good.
Myself and the operator of the excavator, we've really got to work together.
I'll start pulling, keep your bucket down, and try and turn the track frames this way. All right?
This could shape up to be a tough challenge.
Al starts to winch.
Hey!
But the excavator
turn the tracks.
Is still sideways, not steering towards Al's record.
Slow, slow, just a little slower.
The less this guy cooperates, the harder it is.
Hey!
Something's gonna go wrong.
Whoa! Woo! Stop!
In BC's Fraser Valley,
Whoa!
Al Quiring is trying to rescue a 25-ton excavator trapped in heavy mud.
Hey!
But the machine's operator
Hey, stop!
is only making matters worse.
Full throttle spinning, quite likely he'll dig himself in worse.
Don't do that!
At the controls is Al's customer, who rented the machine, then dug himself into trouble.
When you're running the tracks, just go very slow. Don't spin.
You're not gonna get it on the first hookup and drag it up.
Just slow.
It's gotta be brought out with a little bit of finesse.
From the driveway, Al starts to winch again.
Just a little slower.
And the excavator slowly crawls out of the pit. Tracks finally pointing towards Al's record.
Try and get yourself on there.
Out of the hole, the operator / customer is relieved.
A really big job, so thanks for these guys. We are really happy.
We worked together, got that job done. Some guys would just throw their hands up in the air and walk away. And not like that. But I'll stay in the fight until there's no more fighting to be done.
The next day, in the Fraser Canyon,
that wrecker is an old-timer.
Jamie's in the home stretch of his nearly 1,200-mile trip, hauling a wreck back to home.
Nice to go on a trip, but it's also good to be home.
It's been 3 long days in the driver's seat of the General.
This is mind-boggling pain and suffering. It just kicked the heck out of me.
The aches and pains have Jamie thinking about his aging fleet.
Oh, I will be so glad to get out of this truck.
Trying to do the job with these old trucks is something that's starting to beat me up a little bit.
Something with air ride would be nice. Endings in sight. I've had enough.
Work's starting to pick up, and long haul, it's become a big part of our business, and we might need to put some new iron in here.
Let's put this thing here for now. I'm done. Oh.
Might be time for us to invest in a brand new truck.
Later that evening, at the end of a long shift, Dylan receives terrible news.
I just heard that my father-in-law, Ken, has had a major heart attack. And he's gonna have to go in for heart surgery. It's a big shock. He's a family member. He's the grandfather to my boys, so that's Grandpa.
The devastating news soon reaches the rest of the Mission Towing family.
Oh my God.
It was a severe heart attack. Nobody really knows the extent of it at this point. It's I've known him for 40 years.
He's not in good shape. Oh my gosh. Breaks your heart, eh?
Man, I need a new pair of underwear.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell.
You gotta be kidding me.
A lost wreck.
Pulling you to her.
Tilting towards disaster.
If you can't hold that, we have a big issue.
Pushes two teams to the edge. A nasty rollover.
We can bring it in a little more.
Tests a new heavy operator.
It's not gonna move.
And Jamie turns a corner with a new addition to his fleet.
Oh, look at that.
This time on Highway Thru Hell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Between a rock.
Stand back.
And a hard place. A twisted wreck.
Son.
Tests Jamie's team. And his trucks.
Son of a...
Then,
full load of meat.
A crash in the canyon.
Careful now.
Has Dylan racing.
Is it twisted?
To save a $500,000 load.
Hold on.
Be advised, just before the 5-3 split, you got an accident scene. There is a rollover by the Hope exit there.
Just outside Hope, BC.
Got all the eastbound lanes blocked.
A major accident.
What the? Guy freaking ripped it here.
Has a wall of bent metal blocking the road.
Yeah, he's on his side. Truck crushed against the rock wall.
First to respond,
I've got all the guys going to this wreck.
Jamie Davis is on his way to the crash ahead of his team.
That's a big job, and we've got our whole crew in town right now, so pretty much everybody's going.
Jamie's in his 22-ton Python wrecker and has dispatched more trucks to the accident.
It's a pretty major wreck, and it's all over the highway and blocking both lanes.
Everybody has to roll on this. Everybody just wants the highway open. They want it open fast.
Just minutes behind.
I just heard the guys overturned his trailer.
Jamie's most powerful wrecker, the 45-ton General, heads to the scene.
I hope everybody's okay. I hope he didn't hit anybody.
Cam Nino is still getting used to the classic Holmes 1801. But tonight faces his first major recovery in Hope.
It's my second winter, second season on this mountain. I'm looking forward to the challenge, being back here.
Just after 11 p.m.,
Holy.
Jamie gets his first look at the wreck.
Sure twisted her up.
The tractor trailer lost control. Crossed the median. Hit the wall. Before rolling onto one side. Stretched across the highway.
Driver's in the ambulance right now. Appears to be okay. One of the wildest wrecks this year. Here comes Cam now.
Cam Nino arrives in the General.
Oh, that's a good one.
And discovers all eastbound lanes blocked.
We hit a rock wall at 100 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one here. It's going to be a challenging recovery.
We're going to be here for hours and hours.
This is the biggest wreck I've seen.
Going to be closed for quite some time.
Man, oh man.
On the Highway Thru Hell, closure is not an option.
Hey, is the highway closed, you guys?
Highway 1's closed at Hope.
Put the big nylon strap under there.
Yeah.
A late-night wreck on the edge of his hometown.
And then you can pull it and winch it into here. We'll make another move into here and pull it off to the road.
Okay.
As Jamie Davis racing to open the highway.
We have to get this thing off so we can open up the road for people.
All right, here we go.
It's Cam's biggest recovery.
What do you want hooked to here?
And first time working alongside his boss.
Go around the axle?
No. Maybe one chain here and one there into one big chain.
We're gonna drag it onto the road, see if we can get it straight.
With all eastbound lanes blocked and traffic to the Coke cut off.
Okay.
Jamie's only goal is to slide the wreck out of the way.
We're gonna winch this trailer across the highway, both lanes, get it in the center median, and get everybody moving.
But Jamie discovers.
I hope that thing don't blow open. The trailer's totally wrecked. You see the big split in it.
There's a weak spot in the plan.
What could happen here is this sidewall could blow out. The floors on these are very strong, but the sidewalls aren't. Hopefully we don't rip this trailer right in half, but it's very possible.
With traffic backing up.
Hey, we're gonna start pulling on this, yeah or no?
Yeah.
Jamie gives Cam the green light.
Stand back. Oh, watch what's going on with the trailer here. Stop it! Hold it! If we pull on it anymore right now, it's gonna blow in half.
Cam and the General hold tight, while Jamie considers a new plan.
We're seeing the rip get bigger in the trailer here, so we're gonna need a second truck.
Up the road, a 25-ton wrecker closes in.
Well, the weather's turning pretty bad here pretty quick.
Joining the battle in HR 126 is Jamie's lead driver, Colin McLean.
I just want to get there and see what we can do to help out and get this highway open.
Where's Colin?
He's coming around the corner right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be a tough pull. Hopefully Colin will make this happen.
What I don't want him is to pull too hard on the trailer and rip it in half, right?
Yeah.
So you just get your truck in front and help to lift that tractor out of there.
With the General rigged to the trailer and HR 126 on the tractor, Colin and Cam will try to slide the wreck away from the wall, in line with the road.
You want to put a snatch block in the line?
Yeah, totally.
Colin and Cam start to rig, and Jamie coordinates the team.
You want me to pull on this while he's pulling on it?
Yeah, I'll stand between you guys, okay?
Okay.
Just let him keep pulling, he's slow.
Yeah.
And then just help a little bit. Just get that tractor up out of that ditch. It'll save it from breaking in half.
This is Cam's first big wreck, so this is gonna be the test of all tests.
Okay, hang on, let me see what we got here.
Me and Cam, we have to work together.
Nice and slow, boys.
With Cam and Colin watching from opposite sides, Jamie keeps a close eye on the tractor and the trailer. Partway through the pull,
Look at the weather coming in.
the skies open up.
All of a sudden, when the weather comes in, man, it's miserable.
A little more, Colin.
But as Colin peels the cab off the rock wall,
watch out! Whoa, whoa!
The trailer threatens to split open.
It would be very easy to just tear this trailer in two. I want to put a stop on things for a minute and figure this out.
Okay, hold it.
Hey, James, what about if I grab onto this back end here now to these rear ends and kind of...
Yeah, okay. I want you to back off right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna reposition, and then I want you to go right down in the ditch over here.
Okay.
We're gonna reposition in the ditch with both trucks and suck this thing right in the middle and off the road.
Jamie directs both wreckers to move into the median to pull from a safer angle.
About there, about there.
To get this highway open fast, putting the wreckers in the center median is our best option.
Let's run this other one to that front, the chain.
Colin runs a second line to help slide the wreck. And Jamie's crew tests their luck once again.
Are you ready to go? Okay, wind her up.
We don't have a lot of room here to make any mistakes. If I make a wrong move, it's gonna be all over the highway.
Hey, Cam!
Yeah? He's got to slow down.
Be advised, just before the 5-3 split, you got an accident scene. Which way is the road closed, east or west?
It's just eastbound outside of Hope.
A heavy job near home base.
Let's keep going.
As Jamie's crew...
Can you give me some more RPMs?
Dragging a fragile wreck into a ditch to open the highway.
If that trailer breaks open, we'd end up having an even bigger mess.
Watch your cable.
Did it break?
A strap rigged to the trailer slipped during the pull.
It's all right.
But is back in place.
Hey, Colin, you're pulling it back too quick, so I gotta let him catch up a bit.
When two trucks get out of sync, that slack part can move, shift, anything could happen to the casualty vehicle.
With the road still closed, Jamie's crew must decide whether to push their luck and pull again on the torn trailer.
We're not quite off the highway at this point. I know we only need a few more feet, and they make a decision to move ahead.
You keep going, keep going. Just give him the odd help to keep the weight off, right?
There's a good potential that we rip the trailer open, but it's just a risk we have to take.
Let's keep going. Get her off the road.
Cam and Colin go for broke.
It's a big, heavy pull right now. Your throttle up?
Yeah.
Get it right in the ditch.
Finally.
I think that's far enough off.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jamie's gamble pays off.
Well, we're at the yellow. We got 4 feet.
Yeah, we're off.
Tractor trailer's off into the median, so it won't be too much longer.
Right on.
You know, she's been a bit of a challenge, been a bit of a fight, but, you know, we got her landed.
I'll tell John to open it.
Eastbound traffic and access to the Coke is open again. And Jamie's newest operator soaks it in.
We opened up the highway and, you know, it feels good. These are the rewarding moments, you know.
And we're clear.
Tonight's task is complete.
Yeehaw! Road's open, boys.
But Jamie's crew will be back tomorrow to finish the job on the loaded 18-wheeler.
It's, 1 in the morning now, and we'll unload tomorrow.
I'm gonna put my stuff by the fireplace and just let it dry out. In the morning, we're gonna come back and get the job done.
Does anybody know the road's open? Yeah, they're still recovering though.
The next morning,
look at the front end of that thing.
daylight reveals what's left from last night's wreck.
Wow, did that truck ever hit the wall?
We really want to get this thing wrapped up today. I want to make sure that the truck's off the highway, cargo's on its way to where it needs to go. I want to hit it hard and fast, not be doing another late night.
Once again, Jamie's most powerful classic wrecker, the nearly 40-year-old General, is rolled out of its bay.
When you're winching something, it's all about weight. A 45-ton truck like the General has significant weight for recovery.
Cam is back behind the wheel to finish what he started.
It's been a long couple of days of being cold and wet. We're heading out to a wreck we got last night to finish up with the boys and get the job done.
I'm excited to get out there. This is what I'm back for, you know, to conquer these mountains.
But minutes into the drive...
Oh, I think I just ran out of fuel. Oh, yeah, I totally did.
Cam's in trouble.
I'm losing power. You know, the General's starting to chug. I'm pretty sure I'm out of fuel here.
I can see Flying J.
The local truck stop...
I don't know if we're gonna make it here.
...is just down the road.
We're not too far away from the pump, so I'm gonna try and coast to see if the General got enough weight in her, get her over there.
Oh, come on, girl. This is gonna suck. Ugh.
But the General pulls up short.
So close.
100 feet shy of the pumps.
Oh, and I'd look in the tanks.
Cam checks his fuel.
Quarter tank, at least. I don't know. Son of a bitch! Hey, truck just died. I don't know what's wrong with it.
This could be a major fix or it could be a minor fix. If the General's down, then we're in trouble.
Everybody's focused on this wreck right now, and it's taking up a lot of manpower, a lot of resources.
Jamie rolls to the accident scene just outside Hope to check on the job.
Some of the guys are at the wreck already. They've arranged everything they need to arrange. And I think Cam's right now with John. No, nothing's happening.
Hey, it's Jamie.
As Jamie arrives...
Cam didn't get here yet?
No, he broke down at the J, at the pumps.
John Rogers delivers the bad news.
What's broke down?
Truck won't restart, I guess.
No way, really?
It never fails. You know, really, it's always going to happen at the worst possible time.
Into the road, now he's
The General is our 45-ton powerhouse truck. We need it.
Not far from the wreck.
Come on.
Cam and the General aren't going anywhere.
If we don't have this truck going, then I don't know what we're gonna do here. Son of a...
You guys at East are still cleaning up that wreck.
On a highway just outside Hope, BC.
Okay, I'll back up and we'll use the winch to put the door up.
Jamie and an offload crew
Good there.
get their first look inside last night's wreck.
Okay.
My concern is managing what's going on and getting organized and making sure that that job's moving along.
The overturned trailer is loaded.
Half the boxes are torn open, so it's gonna be a process.
With hundreds of boxes of canola oil.
All right, guys, it's oil, which means your boots are gonna get covered in it. It's gonna be very slick. Let's get her done.
As crews empty the trailer.
We need the General. I'm pretty antsy.
Jamie's biggest wrecker has broken down at a truck stop.
Can you come to the Flying J? It's almost like it's starving for fuel, but there's at least a quarter in the tank.
Cam has called in the one person who might know how to fix it.
It's my first big recovery. You know, I'm frustrated. I just want to get there.
There's Brian.
Take it
Did a pump?
No, tank's still got fuel in here.
Oh, really?
But this filter's empty, it seems like.
Veteran heavy mechanic Brian Rash arrives to investigate.
This one sounds empty.
It does sound empty. Is this tank full?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
For the last 3 winters, Jamie has relied on Brian.
Oh, yeah.
To help keep his fleet of classic wreckers on the road.
Top one a bit.
Brian is a wonderful guy. He's old school, he understands my old trucks. Really cool to have guys like that on the team.
Later. Thanks, buddy.
You bet. So I don't know if the pickup's short or what.
Oh, that could very well be.
It could be anything.
What a bad time for this to happen.
The General is the biggest unit that's left in Jamie's fleet. We got to get this thing running.
Ah!
Anything going on in the canyon? Wet, lots of sand on the road.
25 miles north in the Fraser Canyon.
They got an accident, boatface buzzing there.
Mission Towing's Truck 90 responds to an urgent call.
I'm just heading up the Fraser Canyon for a lot of here's a truck on the side, just before the Sputz Bridge.
Operator Dylan Greenwood has been dispatched by his boss and father-in-law, Ken DeParent.
Dylan can think on his feet. He's come a long ways and he's doing a great job for us.
Dylan gets his first look at the wreck.
So it could be a long day.
A tractor and refrigerated trailer on its side.
It looks like it's going to be a big job.
He inspects the reefer truck and learns the fate of the driver.
They came around the corner at a pretty high rate of speed and rolled it over.
Kicked that windshield out, so I'm guessing he's probably pretty good. It's got the front end is crushed, and then the back end that's split. The reefer got some damage.
The damaged trailer contains a time-sensitive $500,000 cargo.
He's front to back, fully loaded, full of meat. When it comes to meat, we have an expiry. If we don't do this the right way, the load won't be worth anything. It'll be a bunch of rotten meat.
As Dylan waits for a crew to offload the meat,
Got a little bit of a creek hazard.
he discovers another problem.
We don't want it draining any diesel or motor oil into the creek.
To prevent a fuel spill, Dylan needs to disconnect the tractor.
It's a little bit of a finesse thing.
When it's sitting flat on a road, it's easy to pull that thing apart. But when it's sitting on its side, you need to just tweak it in the right way.
Dylan runs a line from his truck to pull from the front, while a second mission wrecker will winch from the back. But the pin that connects the tractor to the trailer,
give it a pull,
will have to be removed during the pull by hand.
You mind wrapping this around that axle that you got up there?
Tilt that tractor just in the right way. Put somebody up there that can pull the pin.
It's the only way you can do it.
Watch yourself. Tighten it up. A little more. Getting there.
Finally,
Nope. Perfect.
the pin is out.
Okay, I'll tighten that guy up.
But unhitched, the 8-ton unit becomes
Hold on.
unpredictable.
What happened?
In BC's Fraser Canyon,
Reefer on its side.
Slow. Pull it tight.
Dylan is fighting to maneuver a tractor on its side, away from a mountain stream.
The pressure is on so we don't lose any fluids or any fuel into the creek.
With a fuel tank laying just above the road, Dylan is walking a thin line.
I have to watch to make sure that that truck's not getting in a bad situation.
Nothing? It's not wanting to go that way. That's being a pain.
I might need to change my approach at it.
Dylan adds another winch line.
I lift a little. He lifts a little. Support it over, get it back onto its wheels.
And momentum starts to swing in his favor.
A little more.
Perfect.
The truck's out of the ditch.
The cab is hauled away. And an extra crew and new trailer arrive to rescue the meat.
You gotta put it in a reefer unit to keep it cool so it won't go bad, won't spoil.
Mission operator Ted Cork
Fire him in over to the top. Try to get him in as best you can.
Yep.
will lead the offload and help Dylan finish the recovery.
Ted's a good guy. He's more than happy to do what he can to help us out.
We've got to get this unloaded quick and get it cooled down.
$500,000 of product is on the line.
Full load of meat, so 53 feet, pallets.
You've got a time-sensitive load worth a lot of money, and you've got to move that product really quick.
In Hope at the truck stop.
You want me to pump it a couple times or just fire it?
And when it hits, then come back off.
Cam and Brian have a plan.
Just dribble it, buddy.
To breathe life into the General.
We're gonna hit it with a shot of starting fluid and hopefully she flashes up and primes itself.
The classic 45-ton wrecker is needed at Jamie's recovery.
I'm hoping right now that it's not serious and that it'll be a quick fix.
Yeah, ready? The General, five stars.
Ah! I gave it enough ether to blow it up. It's not sucking it up. You don't need this right now.
No, we don't. It's like I can't win with these old trucks.
But as they take a closer look,
there's something wrong here in this line. There's a blockage.
Really?
Yeah.
Cam discovers a clogged fuel line.
Aha!
We've narrowed it down that the fuel lines, something is blocking it.
Brian gets to work rigging a makeshift hose to bypass the blockage.
I haven't got a whole bunch of time. Put the cap on and give her some tape. What the heck, we might as well give it a whirl, eh?
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the moment of truth, buddy.
Ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
The General is back in business.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh!
We're on our way right to the job, so definitely happy.
Perseverance pays off.
I see they're unloading the trailer. That exit 173.
At the wreck,
We should put a shrink wrap around here already.
Yeah.
Jamie's offload crew is almost finished.
Amazing. These guys are making really good progress.
Transferring hundreds of boxes of vegetable oil.
You have 40,000 pounds worth of material. I mean, this is not an easy task.
Working alongside the team
And if you can only carry one, Alexis, just carry one at a time.
is Jamie's 14-year-old daughter, Alexis.
It's a family effort. Alexis is kind of my little business girl. She's got work ethic, she's got drive, so that makes me proud. You're gonna be the boss of the company one day, aren't you?
As the last of the cargo is loaded into a new trailer.
Here comes Cam now.
Jamie's top wrecker arrives just in time.
Hey, if you can just pull it in the front.
Yeah.
And we'll winch it up on the highway.
Okay.
When I see the General, this is a real sigh of relief.
That's a great recovery truck. You know whatever you're yanking on is gonna come. What I want to do is just chain this thing up and get ready to winch it up here.
Okay. So I'll just throw one chain and one line?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Cam used the General to drag the semi off the road.
What the hell do you grab to?
Not much left to hook onto.
Wheel? Through the wheel?
But today, it's a full recovery.
I'm a little nervous. Got lots to prove to myself.
Pretty waggled, eh?
Yeah.
And the tractor trailer has a severe problem. Last night, when the rig smashed into solid rock and flipped onto its side, the crash resulted in an extreme twist.
This truck's twisted like a rubber band. It's all coiled up.
There's a lot of torque on that.
Yeah, yeah.
The frame's damaged beyond anything we usually see.
I'll get the torches up here
Okay.
and we'll get you to cut it in half.
Cut it. Okay. 2 pieces.
Okay, all right.
Sounds good.
If we roll this over, it's not gonna sit properly. So we make the decision to cut the frame.
Jamie's cousin Paris will use an oxyacetylene torch to slice through the wreck.
So Jamie wants me to cut these frame rails. It might want to snap out at you, so.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
It's a dangerous operation because there's a lot of tension built up in this frame, and it's going to explode like a spring.
He's doing the drive shaft first, just about through there. The real thing here is not knowing what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab onto you in case?
Sure.
Okay, there.
The torch has cut through the bottom frame rail. The next one
The one up top's a lot more wound up.
is under high tension.
The moment that cut happens, we're gonna pull him out of harm's way.
Get out a bit so you can yank on me.
Almost there.
Oh, it's a little bit of rain we're getting here.
Near hope,
Are you waterway?
a twisted wreck
A little bit more.
is being torched in two.
Get out a bit.
Tractor and trailer are loaded with tension.
Anything can happen here. It's like a coiled up spring that's waiting to explode.
Teamwork.
That's it.
That's good.
The frame is cut, and Jamie's crew continues the recovery.
This thing's pretty mangled up, and we need the General to just bury down and winch this stuff up the road.
Okay, I'll let go here.
Yeah, all right.
But now the team is chasing daylight.
I wanted to be out of here by dark. That was my goal.
Cam rigs onto the tractor,
Hey!
mired in the rain-soaked medium.
This wreck is still a few hours away from being finished. If daytime turns into nightfall, things could get dicey.
You want me to pull on that now, Jen?
Once again, Cam is counting on the General
Go ahead.
to drag the tractor up to the road.
Okay, here we go.
Watch yourself.
The last thing I want to do is rip this thing apart and it'll cause more problems.
Get pulling.
But as Cam begins to pull,
Watch what's going on here.
the cab digs in.
You got a lane open, one lane.
In the canyon.
They're still recovering though.
The last boxes of frozen meat are out of the wreck and into a temperature-controlled trailer.
We're trying our best to get it all in there and stack nicely.
They've done a great job of getting it transferred.
We're all wrapped up.
We've saved a load of very expensive product.
Now, Mission Towing must move the wreck off the highway. And the final stage of the recovery is in the hands of Dylan.
We'll throw one on this side and then we'll put one in on an angle.
Fellow operator Ted Cork will help out.
Maybe we'll just do two in here.
The badly damaged reefer trailer has to be winched back onto its wheels without collapsing.
This side here, we're just gonna grab this grab hook on the end of the chain. We grab hook one in here.
As Ted rigs, Dylan coordinates with a second wrecker on the opposite side.
Our 50-ton has the back end of the wreck, and I have the front end of the wreck.
A thick strap is wrapped around the trailer.
Steve, give that boot this way.
To cradle the fragile frame.
The trailers are compromised. Let's rip the pieces.
Okay.
Support that wall. Keep it all in one piece. Get it back onto its wheels.
Okay, I'll tighten that guy up.
Dylan's got to be careful with this trailer because it's already damaged.
Just a little bit.
You want to get it up so you can tow it back to the yard in one piece.
A little more.
Working together, Dylan's truck 90.
Almost there.
And Mission's truck 27 lower it down.
Careful.
For a soft landing.
That was nice.
Dylan is one of the better tow truck drivers in heavy that I've worked with.
Done it a few times.
Yeah, I bet you have.
You got to do it right and know what you're doing.
For Dylan, it's just another day on the job.
There we go.
But for his boss and mentor at Mission Towing, it's another sign he's ready to lead.
Dylan, I've got lots of confidence in him. He'll get the job done and get it done right.
Oh, it's open now.
Near Hope.
Watch what's going on here.
Cam's winching 6 tons of jagged metal out of the ditch when it digs in.
Hey, I'm just gonna pull it out now.
Go ahead, yank it up.
Now Cam will use the General's powerful drivetrain to try to bring the tractor up to the road.
Pull it! Brian's here with the big deck, and he's gonna load the front half of the cab on.
Scoop it up on the flatbed and take it to the yard. Get it out of there and get it off the highway.
The front half of the wreck is finally hauled away. But the trailer still rests on its side in heavy mud, and Jamie's crew is now working in heavy rain.
I'm moving right now.
Hey, Cam, just keep you on the road and we'll do a reverse roll. We'll just get you right out of the mud altogether.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, you're a pretty heavy truck.
Yeah.
We really don't want the General getting stuck in the mud. We need it to be on the road.
But it will take 2 wreckers to finish the job. With the General rigged to the front of the trailer and the Python on the back, Cam and Jamie will try to lift and roll the wreck back onto its wheels.
Where do you want me?
Be over top with your boom here somewhere, and run that strap over that way to here and under there. We'll give him a hand.
The General's on solid ground, but the recovery will still be one of Cam's toughest.
He picks up on the other end, and we're actually taking something in midair, and we're doing this with it and putting it down on its wheels.
Okay, hold your position there, Alexis.
On the other side, Jamie has the python ready to pull, but instead of running the wrecker himself, his daughter Alexis is at the controls.
Alexis had done such a good job helping out with the cargo, so I thought I'd let her have a little fun part of recovery.
You know which one to do?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not just the one person.
I'm excited because he's giving me the opportunity to flip over a truck. But it's kind of nerve-wracking because it's the first time ever doing it.
This is your first tractor-trailer rollover?
Yeah.
A lot of family businesses are generations. I want to make sure that these kids understand how to work.
Do as much as you can, and when you see the truck moving a little bit, stop and let the other trucks do their work.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll watch here, buddy.
In the back of my head, I'm a little nervous. It's a learning curve out there, right?
Ready?
Okay. Okay.
Here we go. He's starting to lift.
Okay. Okay, so now you pull a little bit, pull.
River,
okay,
go.
You better hurry.
Hey, hold on.
Oh yeah, lots of flashing lights, you'll see it. The 1-3 split.
In hope.
What the hell happened there?
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
2 heavy wreckers.
Hey, hold on.
Keep pulling. Hold it.
And a first-time operator.
You keep pulling. Okay, keep pulling.
Try to bring a trailer back onto its wheels.
Okay. Okay, so now you watch, okay?
Jamie's daughter, Alexis, works the python.
He's starting to lift now. Okay, so pull a little bit, pull.
While on the other side, Cam runs the general.
If I make a wrong move, definitely not good at a time like this.
Keep going. If you feel your truck pulling too much, you stop and then let the other things catch up. Okay, okay, he's lifting, pull a little more. Okay, keep going a little bit. Keep going, keep going. Do lots now, lots. Keep pulling. That's pretty cool, eh? Power. There you go.
The last piece of the wreck.
Let her rip, Tater Chip. Here she comes.
Reaches the point of no return.
Keep pulling, pull. You're right at the point. There it goes. Now just let go.
There she goes.
What does that feel like? It feels pretty good?
Pretty exciting just to see it all come down.
Kind of an adrenaline rush for Alexis there. First time she's ever done that.
After 2 days of punishing work.
Oh, I just want this to be over.
Cam's first big mountain recovery is almost complete. Winching the trailer, the last 10 feet up to the road.
Good there?
Yeah.
Cam got the job done. He's come through with flying colors.
Wet enough for you?
It's been wet for 48 hours, it feels like.
At the end of the day, it was a pretty big wreck. I'm real happy.
Okay, good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Nice. I'm so soaking wet, I don't want to do any more. We're good to go.
Oh, I'm so glad to be out here.
As Cam pulls away, thoughts shift to his own family, far from hope.
Seeing Alexis out there with Jamie, it makes me think of my daughters. I have 2 beautiful girls. I miss them a lot.
The stress of being away from home and my kids, right? They're always back in my mind. I just want to get home, you know?
The next morning, on his day off,
we're headed out to the Okanagan, so I'm pretty excited for it.
Cam has plans with someone he hasn't seen in weeks. His 8-year-old daughter, Zinley.
Oh.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too. How are you?
It's good.
Yeah?
I'm feeling great.
Are you feeling great?
Yeah.
I'm always excited to see my kids.
Oh, I missed you so much.
Me too. I've been thinking about it and dreaming about this.
About me, yeah. You know, they're my world, right? I want the best for them, and I want to give them everything I can.
You can't touch me, None.
Times like this, you know, it melts my heart, right? You know, I love her to death.
My dream has come true.
Has it?
Yeah.
The sacrifices you make doing the job I do or other towers do, it's bigger than anything else. Life goes on hold. Family goes on hold. The goal is open the highway, and it supersedes everything. We live to do that.
Thank you, driver.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell. A torn trailer.
Corner of the trailer's busted out.
Delivers a marathon recovery for reliable towing.
A little bit here.
Jamie spills an old trick.
Hard, hammer it.
To slide the odds in his favor.
Hang on, no.
And
just pick it up.
Al gets heavy-handed to bring a wreck back on track.
Holy cow.
This time on a special episode of Highway Thru Hell. Off-road, off-load.
Here comes a curveball.
Yeah.
Jamie and a team of heavy rescue legends.
Brothers.
Take a look back at their toughest, roughest
Watch it.
back road recoveries, battling deep mud and steep slopes to bring it home.
This isn't like doing a recovery in the city. It's a different world.
Watch it.
Off-road recovery work has to be some of the hardest work we do.
Oh, yes. The roads are very rough up there. Not paying attention, go over the bank.
Dragging a truck off-road and going through the mud swamps. Next thing you know, we're dragging each other out.
There's so many different dangers. Bring things you didn't think you need because help is not coming.
My truck's about to go over a ravine.
You're given different situations every single time you go out on an off-road recovery.
You never know what you're going up there for.
Here comes a curveball. Some days it's a bulldozer recovery day. Well, you would never get any of that chrome in here. This is for rough, tough, burly kind of men.
We've been doing that super heavy-duty recovery for quite a while now.
It started out as a bit of a hobby. These things are the biggest cats around. I got my first big bulldozer not long after there was an industrial accident not far from my home. I thought there should be something more in our neighborhood for that type of heavy recovery.
What exactly do you have for equipment?
I've got 2 D9s running, and then I've got a smaller D5 with a winch.
It's become a real part of your business.
Not every day is a tow truck day, right? You got to be able to diversify.
When I watch you do these big digger recoveries, that is really putting you into a league all by yourself. What was your recovery weight on the machine?
That machine probably 140,000 pounds.
Really?
What do you think of that?
That's a lot of weight.
This is a huge machine. They spent half a day pumping the water out to where we could actually get access onto the machine. It's gonna be a hard little tug.
So when you're dealing with that kind of weight, big iron for big iron.
Big iron. This is gonna go right around. The D9, it uses a lot heavier recovery equipment. The shackles, the pulling attachments, everything is industrial size.
You've got your big wrecker standing by.
Take one line out. The 345 cat excavator was still moving, so we had to tie a big green onto the back of that just to brace
Hold it.
Expect something to break.
You know, wreckers could probably do that job.
Sure, half a dozen wreckers would probably pull that thing out too, but I don't like to put that wrecker at risk because you know the value in that equipment. Whoa! People don't realize how much mud adds to the pulling capacity required to move.
Got to be 50% again.
She's coming.
It looks like you're just about to get the thing up the bank there, and something happens.
Look out!
Comes to a dead stop, like hitting a brick wall. At that point, you can decide you can try and man it over and get it out of there, or
just
wait
a minute.
Have a reassessment.
Is there many more of those in there?
Dug around a bit, found a couple of big boulders.
Holy frig.
And tried to coax it one more time. Still, in this case, that wasn't enough.
We're fighting that boom right now.
Got a lot of weight there, man. You're looking straight down.
There was a fella at that site that said, just can't you hook onto it and drive all your machines forward? Well,
Slow down. I've been doing this 30 years.
I know, but
it's a whole step of procedure. Some people think you just hook on and go.
Trust me, you're in the dentist seat.
We released the hydraulic pressure.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be in front of that.
We tried to contain most of the oil into what you see, that barrel up on the top.
You've almost got that down to a science now. You've done so many of them.
Okay, Leonard, pick her up.
And we finally got it broken free.
There you go, yeah.
I think we got her. I was pretty happy at the end of the day to go home for a night and have a shower.
I'm definitely gonna have a shot of whiskey.
I find them just amazing, those jobs. The guy down the road, he could never do that, but I did it. It's bragging rights, really. I mean, you know.
True enough.
We're out here.
It looks like a pretty extreme, adverse location there.
Way up in the back, behind Boston Bar.
I like being in the middle of nowhere.
We got a call, some kind of SUV over the bank. I was all excited to go do that.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Probably took us 6 hours in traveling time altogether. We were dealing with a deactivated road.
That's when they dig water ditches just to help stop erosion, but some of those ditches are 2 feet deep.
Whenever I can get the old Holmes truck out there, it's always fun.
That beat us up pretty hard.
Well, 47's a tall truck and could walk, but still was having troubles getting up there.
Oh, I can totally relate in that size of a truck.
We're gonna drag the truck through here. I don't know. There you go. Oh no. Okay, stop. Now we're in trouble.
That's a prime example. You get into these situations, and if you were there alone with that tow truck and stuck, you're a long hike from home.
We'll just go together all the way up.
There we go.
Are you freaking out of it?
This is a little intense. One more move and you're down there.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't like doing a recovery in the city.
No.
You know, you need an escape truck if something happens. You need an extra man up there, maybe 2.
Okay, all right, let's give her. That's all we needed.
That was crazy.
All right, so we're at the top.
We arrive on scene.
Oh, no.
And then I find that somebody's been using 47 and
damaged some
and that's a big job.
You get out in the middle of nowhere and then you discover that. Here comes a curveball.
Yeah. Yeah, pull. The teeth were meshing enough that we could use it as a guideline. What a machine, eh? That's why I keep these around. That's been the most reliable truck.
Yeah, it's no computers, no emissions.
They're just built for recovery.
High performance hydraulic wreckers, they don't have the savvy that these old machines have.
Nice. Good job.
Good job, Brandon. We did it.
Okay, now let's get out of here. The worst part was Paris trying to drive it down the mountain. It had a flat tire on it and it was all screwed up. He wanted to go drive that down because he thought he was like, 4x4 or something. And
Slowly! Hey!
Holy crap.
Do you think that was maybe a better option than riding down that hill in the truck with you and not on the back?
it was probably smarter to drive it down the hill, I think. It would have come undone.
Fun job, man. One of the best.
People don't realize all that jostling around, what it takes out of you.
Oh, you're pretty beat up by the time you get over the bush. You know, that's a long, long day.
Just some good old boys doing some good old recovery.
Gonna break loose on me, I think. Easy, easy. That's nice. Amazing what you can do with a little chain, eh?
So Ken, you guys have been in business a long time and have huge experience in off-road recovery. How long have you guys actually been operating?
We've started in business actually halfway through 1953, my dad and my grandpa.
It's a few battle scars in the backwoods. Look at that. Wow.
It's hanging right on the edge there.
You guys do a lot more off-road recovery than a lot of other guys do, really. And the equipment you have to do that is pretty specialized.
Yes, most of our fleet is four-wheel drives. The areas we go, we almost need four-wheel drive in a lot of the roads we go up into. Mission is all mountains up and behind us. They all lead to the logging roads. And sometimes you get these jobs in the backyard.
You've got a soggy recovery with this wood chipper job.
It was a real muddy, messy job, you know.
It's kind of swamp hole here.
Really soft ground, quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
He's really buried himself down. Just dug him right down is what it's done.
That unit, what do you think it would weigh? I'm guessing he's 20,000, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to put a heavier truck in there because I knew we're going to end up in the same spot as him.
Right.
We're not bringing our wrecker in here, not our big wrecker, that's for sure.
So there was no way a tandem was going to go in there?
No, you'd never get a tandem in.
Yeah.
You would be calling another tandem to get it out.
Here they come.
We brought the backhoe in, four-wheel drive backhoe.
Easy, just easy. Watch your front end. Hold there! Whoa! That's not good. He's just sunk right out of sight on the other side.
Backhoe just went bang, down. He sunk right down to the valley.
What did he do to rectify that situation?
He used his hydraulics, and he lifts it up and then can shoot himself back.
So it was kind of amazing you were doing some backhoe whispering to get him unstuck there.
Keep going, keep going. Keep up, up, up. Easy, easy, easy. Don't spin him. Don't spin. Good.
I used the backhoe then as the anchor.
Mm-hmm. How many lines to the load?
We just did a single.
We're gonna hook a snatch block onto the truck and then back to the machine.
You have to think that recovery out before it happens.
Oh, for sure.
Do you get in your truck?
We need to get that wheel up, of course.
Okay, just try backing up easy. Keep coming. Don't spin them, whatever you do. Just let them roll.
You're dealing with a lot of suction here.
We've been walking in that muck. Pull your boots right off.
Start turning. Start turning, turning, turning. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, little more. Cranker, cranker now.
Wow. I was amazed after we got him up And out of that hole, he went out with those chains and actually didn't spin.
That is one mud hole.
Yeah.
Soft ground, huh?
It rolled out of there pretty good.
Amazing.
Thanks for calling Mission Towing.
So you have a logging truck over the bank. How far off-road were you there?
Maybe 4 or 5 kilometers out of Colma, little historic gold town and coal mining town.
Just traveling there, that's half the battle.
This is the type of road where you come around the corner and you might see a abominable snowman.
Gordy and I, we went up there. It's very, very narrow road on a very steep incline.
There's a corner I wouldn't want to miss coming the other way. That would hurt. If we come to a wide spot there, Gord, it's hang tough until I go find this truck.
There's so many roads that branch off of the main line. I actually ended up going up to the Blakeburn mine site.
It's on the other road?
Yeah, it's right down here, down to the right.
Yeah, we're on the wrong road. I'll get turned around.
Very lucky that somebody pointed out that we'd made a wrong turn.
That could be a big issue. You've got only so much fuel.
Everything has a triple value when you're way out of town.
Well, looky here.
We pull up on scene.
Okay.
It looks like you had a load of logs go over on a, was it a B-train log trailer?
B-train hay rack, yeah. I figured, you know, the whole load complete,
60.
maybe 50 to 60,000 pounds.
That's still a lot of weight, though. Like,
especially on the side of a road where you've only got room for the wrecker.
Cold enough here to freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
well, that valley is one of the coldest areas. Well, I know that the temperatures are always way colder there than anywhere else.
It's minus 20.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's frozen. Gord, cable's froze.
Those controls were frozen solid.
Wow, okay.
We leave the wet coast here. These type of things happen, right? Unforeseen events.
I know even me, I get caught off guard.
Let's see how we get that pry bar.
In this case, a little pry bar and some sweet talking, and we're back rolling.
Oh, there we go. Okay, work it the other way. Stiff, but she's working.
And how you adapt and overcome is what defines you as a good quality wrecker operator.
Can you adapt and overcome?
All right, here we go.
I had 3 winches on that trailer.
Tug it.
And Gordy had 1 while he was pulling on.
You did a tail hold on.
Tail hold on it.
Pull on her a bit, Gord.
When things are sliding, you just hope it's in a slide 1 foot and not 5 or 6 feet and then end up over the bank. Because then we're on a phone call to my dad, right?
Nobody wants to make a phone call to your dad, not even me.
No.
Keep an eye, there's some logs that hung up in the buns, just in case something flies up.
As you guys are starting to winch that thing up, you still had a few big logs stuck in the hay rack area, which that's a lot of weight.
And when you're pulling those logs, suddenly it releases. Something could fly up off that log trailer. So it's on the road. I was hoping to actually catch 1 log in the bunk that I could bring home for Christmas wood for my family, but that didn't work out so much.
Woo! That's my Sasquatch call.
You really believe in Sasquatches?
I tell you, there's possibility. I got my own little stories. Be handy to have 1 or 2 come out of the labor pool for pulling cable and chain.
Slow and easy. That's how you get this one done.
So you're towing this whole unit down the mountain?
There's not a chance you're gonna stop. It's just a controlled descent down that hill.
Just watch that corner.
What do you think the overall length was?
Probably 110, 120 feet. For the most part, he was able to negotiate a lot of those corners.
Made it around, huh? No, we didn't.
But unfortunately, the tail end of that trailer got over the edge of the road and pulled the trailer onto the road, and away he went. I tell you, Gordy, he did an excellent job on taking that down the hill. I was worried because no brakes attached to what he's towing. You know, it's okay to send a test dummy down.
We are headed Highway 1 westbound, west of Hurley Island.
Good. Jason's my brother. He's in the towing business too. You wouldn't really know that we're brothers. So I thought I'd help you out.
Now we're twins.
We're twins.
Twins.
Brothers. You work in a big area with big volume, and you got lots and lots of equipment.
We're running around 72 pieces of equipment.
How many are actually running? I've got a parked few junkers too, so.
Yeah, you do.
This has to be the longest, far-reaching off-road recovery we've ever done. So this was on Highway 3, this job, and the bank right in there is more than 1,100 feet down. The rotator really helped out because we could reach out and over, we could pull it away from the bank.
And it does help.
Once you get the vertical, you're rock climbing, right?
Any kind of a height situation for me is no-go.
Yeah, a little bit sketchy.
You sure you can handle this big city guy? Problem, buddy. You sure you're gonna do her? That's why I sent Ken Monkhouse over.
Yeah.
I was born in the ditch.
For the first line you strung on that vehicle was a little bit thin. What made you go with that line rather than heavier one?
A lot of people talk about that job and the winch line. The winch line's heavy. Really using the lighter line was more of a safety issue. The guys going down the bank.
It's coming out.
Do you manhandle that lighter wire rope? Or do you have the big stuff and have it take off and hurt somebody? It was a kind of a no-win situation.
So, bro, right up the pulley, what you usually do. Right up the pulley.
We're like, okay, hold it here. Let's go get some bigger line. And re-rigged. We're running the larger wire rope down there. And it starts to get away on me. I just barely grab onto it. But it almost takes me down the mountain with it. You okay, Gord? Wow. Coming okay?
Looking good, buddy.
And in the end, you know, the heavier wire rope prevailed and we did the job.
We finally slayed the dragon, yeah, it's good.
The rotator was probably the right tool for the job.
Well, that's a job that you don't do every day.
It is a different scenario.
And a bit of criticism on that job is great. Store it up here for next time. So it's pretty rare to do recovery on an off-road rock truck like that. You know, there's very few of them around.
Kenworth 850 model, that's the biggest model that Kenworth truck makes.
The turtle on its back.
That's a big-ass truck.
That truck was well over 100,000 pounds, even empty.
Wow.
You don't really see the size of it until you see me standing on top of it. That thing is huge.
Both your big wreckers are 50 tons.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I had wondered if I had brought the right equipment. I was looking at that truck and the very narrow road.
You thought maybe you were at your match with the wreckers?
Actually, I had thought that, but to calm down a bit.
Can you grab the big 3/4 chain with one hook?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's sloppy. It's not good.
It looked like the whole bank could wash out there. I mean, your trucks could be swooped away, and it was like rivers coming down there.
Holy crap, that's slimy.
One of the largest rock slides in Canada is right there.
You think about that.
Oh, you might not be coming out.
If you can't find the path of least resistance, create it.
We brought a lot of big, oversized rock and ballast just to armor up that roadside.
We got Michelangelo in an excavator here. He's painting us a nice picture.
If we were to proceed without armoring that hill, you know, the vibration of the wrecker, that could be enough to start a whole slough.
And we'll start getting rigged up here. At least the rain has stopped.
The road could be lost, causing a problem for us not being able to leave. It's taking that extra few minutes of prior thinking before you commence.
Always 3 steps ahead.
You have to think that at least. With Gord's truck, we're actually able to flip it over, retain it so it wouldn't flip over again. And then my tow truck really makes a difference on the tail end.
250-ton wreckers are pretty powerful. I mean,
very powerful in the right application, but we're on a very steep incline, which deducts your pulling capacity, your holding power, basically, of the wrecker.
A little extra oomph.
What a lot of viewers don't know is on that job, I broke one of my winches.
Oh.
And by the end of the job, I was trying to operate with one hand behind my back.
Yeah, go easy, Al. That's what I like to see.
That's a prime example of being way in the middle of nowhere. You've got to be able to adapt.
Sign of a good operator.
It'd be nice to get air to it right now and get it to release so that it rolls back.
Basically, you had Gord in there steering it.
I always get nervous doing this part.
He was only in there for a few minutes to just push the button so that the brakes would release.
Gord, we should be okay.
I tell you, I wouldn't want to be Gord inside that cab.
I didn't want to do it either. That's why I got Gord.
That's why you sent Gord.
Beautiful.
We're good.
Okay.
To me, it didn't look like it had any real damage to it.
Damn, we're good.
You know, that truck, after we recovered it, we towed it back down to their shop. The very next day, that truck was back hauling again.
Really? Some fine recovery work when they can drive it the next day.
I look at those jobs as a tribute to my dad and a tribute to my grandpa.
The knowledge, yeah?
Definitely.
Seems to be quite a few recovery jobs on this back road.
I see you had a back road job where it was very rainy, muddy.
That was a bit of a pain.
You had a propane truck that was stuck in a driveway.
So you're right there. Okay.
The distance had to be 800 to 1,000 feet down the hill. There was no way I was going to winch it out with winch line alone.
Holy. Well, what we've got is the grounds. You know, things are soft right now.
And you're walking in muck, really.
There was snow that day, and it was wet and sloppy.
We could end up in trouble here, too. I might end up winching myself out.
So it was commit yourself to going in there, get him out, and hope like heck you could get back up the hill.
So you brought the Python to this job?
The Python is the perfect recovery truck. That truck has been one of the best trucks I've ever bought. I mean,
Really?
It's just an amazing machine. We get him back on the road.
Pretty good there? I'm gonna just gun it as fast as I can to see if I can get up there.
That looked like a very narrow driveway.
It was.
All it takes is one wheel to go off, and you're in a mess.
We spun out in that hairpin curve there.
God dang it.
And then I thought to myself, well, I'll try to go backwards up there, maybe a little better shot. Plus, I'd have my back end, you know, facing upwards where I could winch myself back.
Okay, we're done. Well, I call these trees Holmes trees. We could pull on them with the wreckers.
The Holmes tree, that was a good idea.
The Holmes tree really comes from the old Holmes wreckers.
Just hope that this tree is strong enough.
engineering and physics have not changed.
No.
They were the same in the 50s than they are now.
Exactly.
Trees are trees, winches are winches.
Little bit, little bit, little bit.
So I've got myself out.
So now I have to get him out of there.
Okay, so we'll see you at the top.
It's one of those jobs that just keeps going.
Yeah.
Give her.
We spent all day winching ourselves out of it.
We're almost on the home stretch here.
So at the end, you got him out. I bet you he was happy.
We're all good?
Perfect.
We'll take it easy on you. Guess you're off to work now, eh?
Yeah.
How long did that job take you?
Probably I spent as much time winching him out as I did myself.
You go out, you think, oh, it's a quick job.
Yeah, you've been on them too, where you go out there and then you're there for 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
We got another one here, boys. Oh, no way. He's right in the weeds.
Hey, Mitch. How
How's
you
it going,
doing?
Jamie?
So how long have you been in the recovery business, and what do you actually do at Reliable?
I've been doing recovery now for about 9 years, and at Reliable, I'm kind of our general manager, as well as running the big wrecker.
Come on. There we go.
So you basically have a family history in the towing business as well.
Yeah, I started out outside of the family biz, and then...
Married into it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I haven't worked Merritt as much. You actually do quite a bit of off-road work there?
Yeah, there's a lot of back roads. A lot of people seem to find some trouble in some way, shape, or form.
Where was this camper recovery at? Like, how far out?
This is a problem.
It was up Murray Lake Road. It's a Forest Service road, often a very common space for campers to head out.
These people are lucky.
How far down was the cliff there?
Probably went down about, I'd say, 150 to 200 feet. They just got lucky enough where they stopped up against that tree. So James had called me and said, do we do it?
So these people are really stranded?
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We can't leave them there.
How much farther off?
We had to drive for about 45 minutes off-road to just get up to where he was. So he got some decent weight.
Yeah.
Probably 1,200 pounds.
You know, getting on scene and looking around a bit, how are you gonna do this recovery?
It was tough, but we had to find a way to make it work. Given that we didn't have a lot of space to work with, my truck up front doing the majority of the kind of dead pull. We had James on the back, and we had him focus on more of the trailer.
So 2 units working together.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start pulling.
Just keep steady.
So once you guys get all rigged up on this job, there's really no turning back?
Once you start pulling, you have to keep pulling until that's up on the road.
Hold on. Mitch?
I got like 8 inches of air under the front tire.
Keep pulling.
James's front end comes off the ground.
I gotta lower my boom.
With your boom stuck out, you're cantilevering your truck pretty bad.
Leverage.
Exactly. He noticed it right away and wanted to bring his boom both down and in.
You know, back in the old Holmes twin boom days, we didn't have extendable booms, so it was what it was. There was no changing any angles or doing anything.
Yeah, you're hooking and pulling.
Yeah, pull till the cows come home.
Yeah.
So once he kind of drew everything back and down.
It was a noticeable difference.
Everything is moving the way that we want it to.
She's coming.
And then you decided to use the truck's own power. How did that work out?
Well, at first it worked flawless.
Say when you're ready, Cody.
Yeah, good to go.
All right, moment of truth.
It helped us to kind of have that rolling momentum behind the wheels while we're winching it. So it was giving us that little bit of an extra edge.
We're golden, buddy.
We're at that point now where she should be able to climb back out of there kind of on her own steam.
So you're gonna put yourself in that truck, and then you end up putting your swamper on the wrecker.
Okay, ready? Nice and slow. Keep pulling.
Keep going.
All the way to the front.
It started to move. There was like 3 or 4 feet worth of progression that we made, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, we're on our way.
And all of a sudden it loses traction.
Whoa! Whoa! Get out of the way.
You're inside,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this thing starts sliding back. The recovery's throwing you a curveball that you never seen coming.
That situation was probably one of our worst nightmares.
Stiff legs, down. Whoa.
I was really impressed and amazed with the quick thinking, put the spade down. Wow.
Oh yeah. I knew right away, stiff legs is gonna be the only answer to stop this. Dig those things in as far as we can and hope that that stops everything.
Ay, ay, ay.
Amazing quick thinking.
Yeah, and it worked. I dug them in and it just went and stopped. That was it, so.
Start wedging again. We're almost at the top of the bank now. Hey, hey, hey.
You guys hit that out of the park. Really nice.
Thank you so much, guys. I so appreciate that.
That was a textbook job. Amazing workmanship.
Awesome, man. No, I really appreciate that.
What do you think the biggest difficulties are when you're dealing with water, rivers and lakes? And
It's the unknown resistance. You know, is there logs buried in the mud that's poking up, gonna rip things off? You don't know those facts, especially because it's underwater. We're 50 miles easy from the ocean. Believe it or not, that far inland, we're still affected by the tide.
So really time's the essence.
The last thing I want to do is take a $500,000 wrecker into the river flats there and bury it.
Straight on down.
My friend Daryl that lives not too far away and come with his excavator. It's about using the right tool for the right job.
We should be putting these on to go fishing for fish instead of trucks.
Pretty difficult to hook this thing up even when it's underwater.
Luckily, I had my hip waders and I walked in and I was hoping that he didn't have a rabbit bumper on the front of this truck.
There's a tow hook.
It had a good Kenworth quality heavy-duty tow hook on.
Nice. That made the difference in
I
the
was
whole job.
relieved.
Okay, Daryl.
Come on.
Did you feel the suction when you were pulling it out?
Oh yeah, Daryl's excavator was standing on its tippy toes.
Hold it.
It was a pretty good match, pull versus resistance.
Pull on her, Daryl. There's pretty good fishing right here tonight.
Big hook equals big fish.
You can't take that Kenworth home and eat it, though.
No.
So whereabouts is this recovery?
It's up at Stave Lake, the mud flats. We get quite a few stuck vehicles there, and these guys get way out there, and they got stuck like this fella did, and then the water came up.
I see you got Dylan there, and there's a couple other guys. Who are they?
Yeah, we got Craig there and Ted there.
Sometimes you need everybody out there
Oh
helping
yeah,
out.
it's a lot of work when you're in the mud flats.
You in line with it here? What exactly are you bringing out for this job?
We sent 2 trucks out, thinking one possibly could get stuck. The other thing we took out on this is a boat.
Let's go fishing, buddy.
I'm not a water person. I don't like going out in a boat. Leave it up to those guys to do that.
How we doing up there, Captain?
Steering the ship here.
I heard something about a mechanical failure on the Nimitz there. What happened with the boat?
I ended up, believe it or not, having to buy a new engine for that boat. They threw the cable broke the engine.
Really?
Top of the engine, yes.
Let's see what we're up against. Whoa, there's a big deep hole there, buddy.
So it must have been a bit of a challenge for the guys to hook this thing up.
You know, you're working blind. You gotta just sort of reach under and trying to find your place to hook it.
Now shackle this to your next line.
Lots of lengths of cable going on there, too.
You're out quite a ways. That's a lot of cable pulling.
Yeah. You don't know what's under the water.
No idea. There's lots of stumps in that lake.
Hey, we got a whale!
It can get hooked and break.
I can feel it pulling against the chalk.
You gotta let your lines go free, and you just gotta keep going.
We'll almost be ashore here pretty soon. She's a mucky mess.
Basically, it starts raining up there, it turns into a mud hole. It packs like clay, it'll fill your grooves in your tires. You got no traction.
Wonderful stave, Mud. Yeah, it's just digging.
So Dylan gets stuck here. What do you guys do to get out of that jackpot?
Call the Dodge.
Call the old homes in?
Yes, call the old homes in.
Here, I'll get it. You go run your truck. Okay.
Even with the four-wheel drive in that muck, he started to spin.
Stop there.
The front end comes off the ground.
Yes. It was just too heavy for that mud.
He's trying to disconnect the truck.
Unhook the vehicle like he did.
Maybe give it a little less weight.
When he drops off the truck, he's got more traction, plus it's easier to pull him out.
Right.
Straighten his wheels.
Dylan's actually going through a bit of a learning curve because you would have known that already. You would have known the ending before the beginning.
Yeah, but you try it. You try it.
Tighten that bad boy up, I'll steer it out.
There's no easy way sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to do it the hard way.
Just like butter.
It's raining pretty hard again here. For once the weatherman's right.
So, you know, you're on this back road dump truck recovery. To me, that's a pins and needles job. What were you thinking when you pulled up on that job?
Boy, you're very close to that edge. Yep. Holy smokes, is that slippery.
What I was worried about is pulling that truck and the bank giving away.
That thing's ready to go down the bank.
Definitely.
That's a big, steep hill.
It's quite a ways down.
All that's really holding it is this tire here. She could just go on us like bang right now.
What kind of weight would have been in that dump truck?
Probably 50,000 pounds. And it's also filling up the water at the same time. That adds extra weight.
That's a bit of a big job
Yes,
for
one truck.
One truck.
I would have loved to have called in another tow truck, but I don't think we would have had time.
Had to do or die.
Yeah.
You got a big farm tractor coming that's gonna give me a hand. It's not the way I like doing things, but in this case, utilize what you have on the job site.
Lucky to even have that tractor. Like, where'd that
That's
come
right. The tractor is actually going to try to pull it out at first. They started to try it, and the truck started to go, so they stopped.
I'm gonna get a good chain on there.
Without anything in the front of that dump truck, you're going to have a problem. You need that extra pull.
Here we go. Take her ahead a little bit.
When I hooked onto the back of that, I was actually lifting plus pulling it ahead at the same time.
Turn over toward me. This way. How's it looking by the ditch? Are we out of there yet?
That tractor had a lot of torque on it. It's amazing for pulling that dump truck ahead.
Big horsepower.
That's looking a lot better.
When we got the truck out, now we come to the trailer.
Yeah, she's sliding already. Oh, man. That's our next problem.
The trailer is short, so you got to watch how you're pulling that because those little trailers can kick sideways quick.
I want you to go ahead, not backwards, okay? Don't roll backwards, whatever you do. Okay.
You're doing a lot with a little there. You know, being able to use the dump truck and the wrecker at the same time.
And if I pulled it too fast, the back end wanted to go.
Do you think it was a mistake for the driver to unhook the trailer?
Slide, left turn, there we go. You hold it, hold it.
For me to pull it, it was probably better it was unhooked.
We got her, yeah.
That to me was pretty nice recovery.
Thank you.
That's one of them ones you go home and pat yourself on the back. Yeah, I did it.
It's off. I'm running out of steam.
Doing recovery work is a very physical challenge. You're pulling and winching, and you're pushing yourself to the max.
To the limit. I was thinking, am I getting too old for this job? Because at the end of it, I felt like I am just totally worn out.
Perfect.
Sometime after that job, you ended up having a huge medical thing.
I had a very major medical issue with my heart.
And you spent some time in hospital and going through all that. Those are some tough times.
Yeah.
A guy works his butt off 24 hours a day and you give your all.
Yes.
Right? Look back in time, everything you've done and everybody that you've helped out, it's tough.
It is. I feel very lucky I'm alive. I made it. We're all getting older. And time waits for nobody, they say, right?
You still have the drive to get out there and do it.
You still want to do it. I'm not a guy that can sit around.
It's really good to see you doing well, really.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm still here, so that's the main thing.
Off-road is some of the best work we do.
Recovery is fun. I love recovery.
When you go to that off-road recovery world, it's way better than working in downtown Vancouver by a long shot.
Yes, we got it.
We love that stuff. That's the stuff that really makes us happy at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
We're definitely not office guys.
No. By no means. By no means.
I love the back road stuff. This is the best place to be. Very special.
Good job.
It's a good day's work. It's just you and the machine and the mountain.
It's what we enjoy doing. Thank you, Jamie. It's been really good to see you.
We'll see you in the back road, James.
All right. Enjoy the next off-road recovery.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's been nice seeing you. I gotta get on the highway again.
This time on Highway Thru Hell.
I need police, fire, and ambulance.
A terrifying night
Colton, you need to sit.
hits close to home.
This is unbelievable.
And brings a towing family together. A load of heavy metal.
Just don't let it swing too much.
Has Merv and Dylan
Send us all to the moon.
under live wires.
Holy.
And an off-road adventure takes a chilling turn.
Wait. Whoa. Whoa.
Slipping a little here and there, so be careful. I'll stick with slow. Slow and steady winter race.
In the deep chill of winter, 25 miles south of Merritt, BC.
One big black ice sheet.
A reliable towing heavy wrecker patrols the Coquihalla Highway.
Reliables on police rotation this week.
A rapid change in the freezing level has operator James Luke keeping a close eye on road conditions.
The highways are gone bad, so taking the black sheep up and we're going hill pulling.
Just after 10 p.m.,
What's going on up there?
a disturbing call
The tow truck just crashed into the divider.
crackles over the radio.
Flat deck went into the ditch there.
The only tow truck that has passed me in the last 2 minutes has been Colton.
James arrives.
That better not be him.
Looks like truck's destroyed.
Oh my God.
As he approaches the scene,
Holy, I just drove by that truck. Jeez.
a sickening feeling sets in.
I'm expecting the worst. I'm expecting to see somebody dead.
But just a few feet away,
Colton, you okay?
Reliable driver Colton Olson is out of the wreck in a state of shock.
He's very confused. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. Hey, sit down over here. Just sit down. Just sit down.
The other guy I'm worried about.
Inside his truck, one of Colton's customers
Stop.
is trapped.
Okay, hold on. I'm calling 911. Oh my God. We need police, fire, and ambulance. We have a passenger trapped inside the truck.
On the highway through hell, closure is not an option.
Tow truck crashed into the divider.
A major accident involving one of his own
We need police, fire, and ambulance.
has James Luke calling 911.
Holy. Colton, you need to sit.
Flat deck operator Colton Olson lost control on black ice and collided with the back of a semi.
There was 3 occupants inside the tow truck. One of them's our driver. He's limping.
The guy is still inside there.
There's another passenger that is stuck inside the tow truck. It's a pretty bad one. Holy man, you need to sit down. Come on.
I can't put any weight on the right side of my body.
Oh my God.
Emergency services on scene yet? Fire rescue just come ripping up out of Merritt here.
Help is on the way.
I hear sirens.
They're in there right now.
Ram the jaws out.
They gotta get him out of the truck.
First responders cut through the wreckage.
Got it? Yeah, got it.
Using the hydraulic jaws of life. And James calls Reliable Towing's owner.
Suki, you need to get up here now. It is not good. It's just better to have him on a situation like this, considering it's involving one of our own.
How was the pass? I'm not sure.
Got it still? Yep. Okay. Let me know when you're through. You're through, yeah.
The passenger is out.
Tell me everybody got out of that okay? He's all good.
And has escaped serious injury.
It's definitely a huge weight that's being lifted. Knowing that this person's gonna live to see another day.
Owner Suki Manj arrives to support his crew.
You're worried about them, you're worried about the people that were involved in the accidents. It's a pretty stressful situation.
So how did this happen? Who did he hit? That rig. From the point of impact, which was just past the trailer, it took the guy that long to stop.
This is what happens, the weather changes here. People don't recognize that it's still treacherous conditions.
Suki knows about the dangers of this highway all too well. He was a police officer for 23 years and worked many accident scenes on the Coke.
Whether you're an owner of a tow operation or if you're a police officer, you want to make sure everyone gets home safely.
It actually busted it
busted right off.
Right off there.
Yeah, look at this. Everything's broken.
Dangerous game, man. Dangerous game.
To assess his injuries, Colton is sent to hospital.
I'm really worried for Colton. Hopefully he's okay.
Definitely appreciate what they do, but hope I never need their services.
Big 10-4.
And first responders cleared the scene.
Okay, I'll go help you with that.
Okay.
Now the Reliable team has to do the unthinkable.
This is a part that's gonna suck.
Tow what's left of their own truck.
So what do we need to do?
Throw one up over top of it.
Okay.
It's really hard, but we gotta do what we gotta do in this case.
The front end is so mangled,
Okay, lift.
it must be chained to the tow bar.
Holy Lord, buddy. There's a lot of damage. It's just destroyed.
The road's open back up again, right? Yeah, they've opened it up. Traffic's moving through there slowly.
This road's icy still.
As James leaves the scene,
Sorry to hear about your guys' truck there.
the gravity of the event sinks in.
We're just happy everybody's okay. Bit banged up, but they're okay.
Absolutely. Good to hear you guys are okay.
Emotionally strained. I think that's probably going to be the best words to describe it. Knowing that someone could have died in this wreck is running huge through me right now. Colton didn't do anything wrong. He was more concerned about the guy that was trapped. These things definitely, they'll haunt you day in, day out. It just doesn't go away.
I can't see where I'm going. Snow, more snow.
60 miles south, near the town of Hope.
I just passed a tow truck. He's on his way up the hill there.
A Jamie Davis heavy wrecker is dispatched up Highway 3.
Into the darkness we go.
Cam Nino is back behind the wheel of the General after a tough break. On a recent job,
Oh, what the?
a cracked clutch shut down Cam's winch.
Broken, cracked.
And put the brakes on Jamie's classic workhorse.
Cam's back, my winch is down again.
But upon closer inspection,
See a crack right there.
severe cold and metal fatigue was to blame.
It's a 40-year-old machine. This isn't Cam.
Tonight, Cam heads up the narrow mountain road.
The conditions are real bad right now, though.
To help another operator in trouble.
Visibility is really low. You know, it's a cardinal rule. We never leave another tow guy out in the ditch.
The driver is stranded on a notorious blind corner.
A lot of stuff's happened there over the years. I've been there a lot of times. And we've got to give him a hand.
Whoa. There we go, right here. We got the tow truck here. He's on a really bad corner.
The operator left the road on the tight, slippery turn.
There was a tractor trailer right here. He came backwards at me, so I moved over that way. You can see where I went, right?
It's a dangerous corner, to say the least. Something as simple as that can turn deadly real quick.
Before Cam leaves his truck,
We're gonna have a heavy wrecker in the southbound lane here.
he uses his radio to make sure drivers know he's there.
Just keep her slow for us, please. Thank you.
It's probably your most important tool to have. To talk to other truckers, tell them where he is and what's going on.
Waiting for traffic control could take hours.
This guy's stuck. He's a hazard to motorists.
So Cam
How's it going?
needs to act quickly.
Can you believe this? I don't want to get hit, right?
Cam has to analyze the whole thing and make the best decision.
I got my pylons there. I want around the corner, too.
It's very dangerous. Okay, let's get going here before we get hit. I'm tense, but I still got my mind on the job. Okay, you want to grab a chain?
Working beside the blind corner,
This is so slick right there. We'll have to go backwards.
Cam moves fast
Well, I'm not worried about this way. I'm worried about this way.
to get the tow operator out of danger.
I definitely want to get him out of harm's way. Hopefully it's gonna be a quick one.
I'm in the westbound lane. I'll be out of here in about 2 minutes.
But as he gets into position to pull,
son of a bitch.
I'm slipping a little here.
Okay. Stop.
Road's getting pretty slick out here. Good tow truck, lights flashing. Be careful.
on Highway 3,
I'm in the westbound lane. I'll be out of here in about 2 minutes.
Cam's in a race to recover another tow operator on a slick curve.
It's a complete blind corner and it's sheer ice. It's not a good spot to be in.
Despite Cam's warning on the radio moments ago,
I'm slowing her down.
a loaded semi rounds the bend
Go ahead, driver. I'll let you go here.
and tries to brake on the slick downhill.
I'm slipping a little here.
Okay. Stop.
You never want to see a trailer coming sideways down the hill at you.
Go! You all right, driver?
Yeah, I spun out a little bit, but I'll try to sneak by you.
You can put all the signs and cones all you want, but if the road conditions are not allowing you to stop, it's just gonna happen.
Thanks for the heads up. Nice to see your cones out there before the corner.
The driver is safely on his way.
Have a safe trip, eh?
But Cam's job isn't over. He still needs to get the operator off the corner.
It's dangerous. My blood's pumping right now.
Okay, let's get out of here before something else happens.
He's still in the ditch and he still needs help, so try to get him out as quick as we can.
One tug,
We got him out.
and Cam has the deck truck back on the road.
Have a good night. Now let's get off the hill safely. Okay, guys, we're all cleaned up here.
Okay, sounds good.
At the end of the day, nobody got hurt, and the job got done.
He's safe and he's on his way home now. You know, that's the thing about here. A simple job is never just a simple job.
In Merritt, at the Reliable Tow Yard,
We just got back to the yard with the truck.
James returns with the company's heavily damaged deck truck. And one of their own is in hospital.
Big eye opener. Big eye opener.
Look how twisted it is.
Lucky to be alive, man. The last thing I want is a coworker in that predicament.
That's what they do. Put their lives on the line every damn day.
When one of us hurts, we all hurt.
One by one, crew members see the impact of a split-second moment.
Doing this job, there could be some very serious consequences. We just all want to get home at the end of the day.
Look at that alternator.
The truck can be replaced.
This is unbelievable.
But company owner Suki Manj knows the accident will be felt for some time.
We're like a family, and that's why it's important for everyone to be there.
2 hours after the crash, an unexpected face walks into the garage.
How you doing?
I'm not broken.
You look a little broken.
I'm not broken.
Colton was released from hospital with minor injuries.
My left leg's still good.
For him to walk back in is pretty impressive.
Just glass there?
Yeah, glass.
Some of the toughest people in the world are tow operators. Yeah, it's good that he's good.
I'm really worried about him because he's a young fellow. He's just started driving. Colton will be dealing with the trauma every time he gets behind the wheel of a tow truck.
I bet you if that rack wasn't there, that car would be sitting in the back seat.
Absolutely.
There'd be definitely fatals in this.
It really opens your eyes on how much risk you take.
The dreams will happen. The PTSD will happen. I honestly am gonna be surprised if he gets back in a tow truck.
The next morning,
Drove into the ditch?
in the hills near Agassiz, BC,
Yeah, he's not in a very good spot.
Mission Towing's Truck 90 heads to an urgent call.
We're just heading up to Morris Valley. Got a call for a rolled over semi-truck up there. Don't know much this time.
Dylan Greenwood has been called in to a heavy job on a narrow road.
Right around the corner, the gas crashed. Oh, wow.
She dragged herself into the ditch there pretty good.
That didn't look like a fun ride.
We got a truck that's on its side.
Lucky you didn't take out that telephone pole.
It's pretty messed up. Yeah, it's torn apart.
Hauling a heavy load, the rig entered the tight corner. Rolled, spilled its cargo, and nearly knocked out a power pole.
The guy come around a little too quick and lost control on the corner.
Now, Dylan has to recover the transport.
Going into the bushes here.
And a mass of metal. Heavy-duty construction piles, each weighing 7,000 pounds.
They're big, long, awkward pipes. They take these things and they put a big, gigantic diesel hammer on top of them, and then it hammers them into the bedrock.
Dylan must find a way to get 30 tons of steel piling out of the ditch.
It's a bad situation. Getting this job done is gonna be a tricky one.
Don't know how they're gonna flop it over. Are they pulling that truck out?
In the Fraser Valley.
Yeah, it's just laid over.
She dragged herself into the ditch there pretty good.
Dylan faces a flipped tractor trailer with an extraordinary load.
It's gonna be difficult to get this job done.
60,000 pounds of heavy-duty piling lay scattered beside the wreck.
Well, he did the hard part and unloaded the load for us.
But first, the rig will have to be flipped back onto its wheels.
Yeah, second Rikers up there now.
Mission Truck 80 and operator Steve White arrive on scene.
Holy crap.
Because this recovery calls for 2 trucks.
Carnage, parts laying everywhere. This is gonna be fun.
With 2 powerful wreckers,
Pull ahead so you're like right on the edge of that ditch. Yeah.
Dylan and Steve have enough iron to get the job done. But barely enough space to work in.
We're on a narrow road that's winding through the mountains. It's a tight situation.
The cramped confines could put the wreck and wreckers on a collision course.
Good to pull.
Dang, looks all right.
Go ahead, Steve.
The tractor trailer begins to roll.
Keep going, keep going.
But as it reaches the tipping point,
Okay, watch toes.
Steve is running out of room.
I hope we can get him out without any damage to any of our trucks.
It's not gonna move.
Hold on, hold on.
24 miles west in Mission, a surprise visitor returns to the tow yard.
Been a while since I've been here.
For the first time since a life-altering event.
That's good exercise for me today, hey? That's a good walk.
Yep.
Company boss Ken DePerrin
Brought a few in, it looks like.
is in the care of his longtime partner, Val.
Nice to see him here. It's where he feels at home. It's where he feels the best.
Ken suffered a major heart attack earlier this winter.
I was very close. Don't they?
There.
Are they out already?
They're done.
That was quick.
Since then, Ken's been on a long road to recovery.
Some people aren't lucky and don't come out of it. I'm just lucky I did. That's a neat old truck. Needed lots of history there.
He's gone through a lot. It's been really, really hard.
Ken is still under doctor's orders to take it slow.
I was still in a lot of pain. Not allowed to lift any heavy chains. Not allowed to pull any cable. This really affects me for towing. There you go. I like the pressure sometimes. Maybe that's part of my problem. Hard on me. It is. But I gotta rely on everybody else, and that's all there is to it.
At the job east of Mission,
Hey, watch yourself.
Ken's crew
Close.
have reached a critical moment.
You don't want to hit the truck.
The wreck is lining up with the back of Steve's wrecker.
I can see that the trailer is shifted, which is cutting down his landing zone. You don't want that.
We're gonna roll her.
As it came down,
That close?
the wreck
Uh-oh.
made contact.
I didn't quite have as much room as you did. We had the room till this trailer started to slide.
I really don't want that to happen.
But a bumper on the trailer softened the blow.
No damage. That's all that matters.
Not too bad. Just by the skin of our teeth there.
Tractor. Good. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Steve leaves the scene with the tractor. But the next stage of the recovery will be a heavyweight battle.
The pipe is a bit of a pain in the ass to get it out. It'll be a hard job.
The situation calls for something to be able to lift these things and load them back onto the trailer. We gotta get a rotator out here. We gotta call Merv out.
It's gonna be a tow truck party. Yeah, we're gonna go do a little bit of crane work.
Aggressive Towing's 50-ton rotator and operator Chris Mervin are dispatched to the scene.
In a rotator, I can reach over the side, I can reach over the corners. You have a lot more options.
Wow. It's gonna be a juggling act for sure.
For Dylan,
What's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
Merv is more than just a familiar face.
Funny to see you here.
Yeah.
Just traveling by.
He's a mentor.
We're gonna play a game of pickup sticks.
Merv taught me how to drive. And I sort of picked up a few things from him. We work well together.
But right away,
This is gonna be pretty tight.
Merv spots a hazard right above the scene.
About 30 feet up is the power lines. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
And shutting off the power isn't an option.
Cut the power to this valley. You're cutting power to thousands of people.
Go back across here. up in front of the tractor.
Working underneath the power lines, Merv must lift each 7,000-pound steel pipe onto a trailer while the wires are live.
Well, we got to stay 10 feet away from the top ones. We'll just do it all really low.
Yeah.
We're operating underneath power lines. If you mess this up, you stand a pretty good chance of something catastrophic happening.
We'll grab them one at a time and bring them in.
The only way is to just lift them one by one, slowly but surely, and get them loaded up and out of there.
But before Merv gets to work,
19.
each 50-foot-long pipe must be carefully measured and marked.
It makes it a little easier when you're lining up the straps, so it's right in the middle. 30s, 25s.
Find the centers of them so we can balance them as we lift them up.
We're good.
See if we can get our belly wrapped.
The first pipe is rigged and ready.
We got to stay away from those lines. Otherwise, it could arc over to our trucks and send us all to the moon.
The rotator starts to lift.
Okay, guys, jump out of there.
Getting out of here.
Everybody's clear on the other side?
And Merv cautiously works the controls.
Just don't let it swing too much. This is going to be the sketchy one. Nice and easy.
In the Fraser Valley,
Just don't let it swing too much.
Merv is threading the needle.
Watch your heads, boys.
Flying nearly 4 tons of heavy metal directly below live wires.
Lifting them straight up would put my boom in contact with some power lines above. That's never a good scene.
Unreal.
Merv and his rotator were called in to help Dylan clean up a wreck site.
Look at that. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And get a grip on the 50-foot-long piles.
Yeah, 3 inches.
But Merv and Dylan are discovering
too much.
Each awkward load
Whoa, 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 whoa.
has a different balancing point.
You okay?
Yeah.
The pipe actually filled full of dirt during the accident.
The center point of the pipe is no longer the center point of our lift.
So many pieces.
For each pile,
A little bit of a juggling act.
the rigging must be painstakingly adjusted to find the center of gravity.
There's no rushing it. We gotta do what we gotta do to get those things lifted to the right spot.
The recovery runs into night,
Pull on that cable for a second.
and Mother Nature
Oh, man.
adds a fresh layer of difficulty.
It's starting to snow.
Heavy snow.
Watch yourself, Dylan.
It's coming down fast.
Touching the ground.
Now we're getting icy conditions on the pipes.
Yeah, get out of there, boys.
It's another hazard
Whoa, 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 whoa.
to the frustrating final stage.
Only 10,000-pound rolling pin.
Close, but not quite, eh?
Need to get these loaded up ASAP.
But Merv and Dylan only have to look up to see why they still must take things slow,
Pick up this end a little bit.
carefully avoiding the live lines above.
If we don't do this right,
Okay, block it.
it could be a very dangerous situation.
One more to go.
Nine long hours into the recovery,
Drop her down.
30 tons of steel pilings are back on a truck
Knock her loose.
Throw some straps on her and get the hell out of here.
and ready to roll.
Beautiful.
Okay, buddy. That was a fun game of pickup sticks.
Bye. Thanks for coming out.
See you on the next rounder.
When I work with Merv, he's like a big brother.
Have a good night.
See you later.
Went pretty well. Dylan, he's a good guy to work for and work around.
Time to go. Yeah, we're rolling now.
"110 miles northeast, near Merritt.
There's some good trails up here.
James Luke is ready to blow off some steam after a tough few days for Team Reliable.
Some days, the stress of the job is extremely bad. So we're gonna have some fun up in the mountains.
James is helping his friend Brian Chivers,
Well, I'm off-roading.
who got himself into trouble at a well-known off-roading site.
It's called the Flats. I've pulled many vehicles out of there.
It's okay, you can go that way.
Brian's not just a buddy. He's one of Reliable's heavy mechanics.
Brian is the guy who takes care of the black sheep. When I break it, he fixes it.
But today,
So why is your truck in a lake?
the tables have turned. Brian needs help.
Maybe he should stay off the ball.
Maybe, but
He took his bush truck, he went up the mountain, and I got the phone call saying, "Help, I'm stuck."
As James pulls up,
there it is.
his fun job is revealed
Oh my God.
on a frozen pond.
I find the front end completely submerged underwater, and the ice is probably 8 inches thick. I know this isn't going to be easy.
James and Brian
Hey, Adam!
aren't alone.
Come here!
Co-worker Adam LeBeau has arrived with his own 4x4.
Off-roading with friends. It's an adrenaline rush.
Okay, go.
It's a lot of fun.
Right away, Adam tows a winch line out onto the ice.
We're a different breed up here. Okay! You don't want to go too much farther. We do things a little more crazier. And we really care about our toys.
But it's no laughing matter, saving the trapped truck.
With the amount of ice, how thick it is, there's a lot of resistance. Start cutting blocks around it.
Brian uses a chainsaw to carve up the ice.
We have to cut blocks and sections of ice away to break a truck free. Okay, let's try pulling.
Now James will use a special technique to reel in his catch.
I'm doing a method called fishing. Lift the boom all the way up. As you're bringing it down, you reel your lines in. Okay, watch yourself. Hold on. Hey, there we go.
The back wheels are out.
Hopefully the front end goes up.
But the front wheels are hung up.
Ice is going underneath the truck and causing a lot of resistance. It's not a good scene. Adam, don't stand there.
Oh, wait.
Near Merritt, BC,
Gonna have to break more ice, I think.
a truck trapped in ice
It just dragged me back.
is taking James for a ride.
Gonna roll it. Nate, look at my truck.
Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa!
Holy, that's pulling hard. Oh my God.
What seemed like a simple recovery
Hold on.
is now putting the reliable 1-ton at risk.
I want it to come up easily, but it's not working out that way. Yeah, I'm not rolling this. I gotta stop and come up with another plan.
James grabs a second line and walks it out to the ice.
No, not looking good.
But Brian, the truck's owner,
I'm gonna try to bust the ice around it a bit.
has to break out the chainsaw once again.
We have to free up some of the ice underneath the truck. Hopefully deal with the situation. Okay, watch your hands.
With 2 lines and less ice in the way, the battered pickup
It's out.
is finally out of the water.
Brian, I think you're gonna owe me big after this one. Only took all day, but it's out. Got it up, got it out of the water. I feel great. So Brian, what did we learn from this experience?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
After being submerged,
It might go.
Brian's truck isn't out of the woods yet.
This truck's been to hell and back. Dude, if that thing starts, I'm gonna laugh. But if we can make it run, we're gonna drive it out of the bush.
The ice-cold bath
No,
has poured water on their plan.
we'll just drag it out.
So James will have to tow it out over rugged terrain.
Towing it out is not a great thing. Going from 17,000 pounds to upwards of 21,000. This road is covered in mud and ice. We're totally hitting the puddle on the way out. And it's not the smoothest road.
Moving out,
Holy Lord.
it's a rough 1-mile ride back to the main road.
That's a gooder.
Over bumps and icy ruts.
Oh, dude. Get in there. I broke through the ice. Stuck.
Near Merritt, BC, an off-road rescue
Holy Lord.
and a rough ride home
Oh, dude.
comes to an abrupt halt.
I broke through the ice. I'm supposed to be the off-road guy, and now I'm stuck. Oops.
With his wheels swallowed by the icy ruts,
Wrap this around the base of that tree.
James will have to rescue himself.
Tie a strap to a tree and run a winch line. Okay, so Brian, when we go to do this, want you in the truck, put it in 4 high, throttle at about 2,000. Good. Hopefully this tree is strong enough to pull me out. Okay, you in reverse?
Yeah.
Okay, back up.
Brian gives it some throttle,
Don't spin.
and James works the controls
Go.
to keep the winch line tight.
Definitely don't want to make the call to the boss saying that his truck is stuck in the mud. I need to get this done. Keep going. Keep going.
The tree has helped James and Brian
We're out now.
get back on track.
Okay, let's get out of here. Job's over. I'm going home, and I guess I'm gonna wash the tow truck. That's insane, man. I can't believe just right through the ice. That was fun.
Yeah.
Brian's helped me out many times, so a favor returned. Never a dull moment.
Later that day, in Merritt, the sheared-off cab of a tow truck stands as a sobering reminder in the reliable yard. 2 nights ago,
The tow truck just crashed into the divider.
Can't put any weight on the right side of my body.
Colton survived a collision with the back of a semi.
That's one of the worst situations to deal with. It's not easy on somebody.
Miraculously, he walked away with only minor injuries. But today,
It's okay, as long as you can't see what it is, it's all good.
office manager Kristen Araneda and the team
What am I gonna write?
are preparing something special to say goodbye.
Colton has decided to move on, and we support that decision.
Gather round, reliable crew.
We support each other. We're like one big family. And we kid around.
So we're gonna miss you, buddy.
I'm gonna miss you guys too.
It was good having you around, wrecking our We come bearing gifts. Anytime you're in a serious accident, it makes you wonder, is this the job for you?
All the best, good luck. We will miss you.
You're one of the lucky ones to live. So why do the same job over that almost killed you?
We thought about these gifts for a long time, and they mean a lot.
This one?
Colton's last present is a souvenir from the fateful night.
Yeah, buddy. Something to remember it by.
Thank you guys.
It's time to move on, and it's totally understandable.
Thank
you.
It was heartwarming. I'm gonna miss them.
You know how much me and this guy have been through?
Oh, no way.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell,
There's 2 trucks here.
double cross.
Oh, God.
Mitch and Merv dance
We're trying to salvage a loader.
after 2 trucks tango.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We gotta be real careful here.
An unstable situation
Come on back. Whoa!
rocks Jamie's world,
What in the...
Oh, I don't know about this.
and Gord digs deep
What have you guys done here?
to save a sinking loader.
Stop!